information around how to go about doing business and making real money isn't available to the youth, or per your experience, they just don't want to listen?
The perception, unfortunately, in this country, I'll be blunt.
Be very blunt.
This perception that Sikedro is there when we're growing up, it was there. But the person who worsened the situation, I'll be blunt with you, was ex-President Rawlings.
Why so?
He made people lazy and over-dependent on government. Because when he came, he killed and collapsed successful Ghanaian businesses in this country. Allow the ordinary workers like you and Edward Boateng, your workers here, Rawlings will kill Edward Boateng or let him run away from this country and allow the workers to run the business. You don't know the thinking that went through for him to establish this radio station. So when it is given to you overnight,
you won't be able to run it.
Precisely. So they had CDRs, PDCs, and they'll be singing. We not go sit down, make cheaters every day. No, walai. Rawlings created the impression that the owners of the businesses were cheating their workers.
Wow.
And they took over. And everything, he indoctrinated Ghanaians to extend that everything was government. So you see today that most of our people have become beggars. They are always dependent on government for everything. That is the remote cause of what we are experiencing today.
Wow.
Everybody thinks government has to do everything. It is not true. Anywhere in the world, you can't get it. Anybody who depends solely on government will never succeed in life. Because what the government has, she has to share it to everybody. So how much are you going to get?
And we have to actually contribute to the bigger amounts they are sharing.
Precisely. So now I come to the point.
Honestly, I believe by the end of this interview, a lot of people listening now, especially the youth, will actually come into terms with the fact that the reality is reality. There's no secret anywhere.
The shortcut will land you into trouble.
Honorable, the honest truth is I'm also a part of the youth. Many a times, as I said earlier, we hear of people who have made it, but the information around how they even got to the top is not anywhere.
I'm going to share mine with you today.
We are going deep, Honorable. Very, very deep. But let's go back to the main question, the first one. Where did Honorable grow up in Ghana?
Yeah, I was born and bred at Asin Dompim, Fusu Roman Catholic Hospital.
Wow.
Asin Fusu.
Okay.
And my real village, the original, is Asin Dompim.
Asin Dompim.
Yeah, just a kilometer. Now, it's part of Fusu. Because of urbanization and development, now it's part of Fusu.
But it's developed. It's no longer a village.
Oh, it's still a village compared to a...
Okay, is that part of the reasons why you still call yourself a village boy?
Yeah. I'm just proud of where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I don't want to be... some people, when they make it in life, they don't even want people to know their past. I was born and bred in the village. When I share this story with you, it will motivate some youth to take their destiny into their own hands. So I'm not afraid to share my past with you. I was born and bred at Asin Dompim. At 1968, I was taken to Kumasi because my father was a teacher there.
Okay.
I went to school in Kumasi, Bantima Presby.
I know Bantima Presby.
Yeah. Then from there, I went to Sojalai.
That's why I actually went to school too. Hey, oh no, I'm just
I went to Sojalai. From there to practice school.
Okay.
Then they brought me back to my village because I was a troublesome boy, always fighting. So my father couldn't take it. They brought me back to my village. So I completed elementary school in my village, Asin Dompim.
Okay.
I went to Adsadi College at the age of 16 because I completed SAR 7, what they call SAR 7, from 4.
Which was quite young, right?
Old? Because my classmates some of them were around 10, 11.
Okay.
Some of my classmates, I'm turning 60 next month. They are about 55, 56.
Okay.
So,
you were like their big brother.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what kind of home did you grow up in? I see a lot of discipline in you whenever you speak.
Yeah.
What was the upbringing like at home? If you're
You
to
know,
sing.
I will tell you the two. There are three. I lived with my grandmother.
Okay.
Anytime I was being bad in Kumasi and they shipped me back to my village, I stayed with my grandmother.
Okay.
What she did was that, in the village, we were classmates, myself, Opon, Stephen Yamiche, and Burkina. We called something in Nobwa, meaning Saturday, Sunday, these young men or young boys will go and weed some bush to create a farm. So today is Ken on Saturday. The next Sunday is Burkina. Then the two left, Stephen Yamiche and Opon, will be the following week.
Okay.
So by the time the farming season starts, we have our own farms. We have our own farms.
At that tender age.
Yes, and my grandmother will be doing everything because I go to school. She cannot cut these big trees or fell the big trees, so we will do that. Then she takes over. Again, when I was in Kumasi, I was staying with my father. My father didn't know how to train kids. He was a teacher, surprisingly. But every mistake with a slap, that is why I'm not afraid of anything.
Wow.
Every mistake. My father never sat with me even to tell me why you shouldn't do this. One mistake, wham, wham, wham. So it got to a point I was not even scared of anybody again.
Your body created resistance for that.
Then when I went to Adsadi College, I moved to Accra because my mother has remarried. My stepfather, now he's at East Legon. My mother is passed. There, we were staying at Kokomlimle.
Multimedia.
Challenge bookshop.
Okay.
The technical school Accra, ATTC.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we were staying. Far exactly opposite Isaac Osei's house, parents. There, I wasn't a bad boy, but I liked fighting. So anytime you hear people coming to my home, it means I've beaten somebody. But the difference between my stepfather and my father is that my stepfather will put me in his car. He's a soldier, a border guard. That is where they have the immigration headquarters. When he comes back from work, then he'll take his car to do some taxi. I'll be sitting in front, and this man will be advising me.
Wow.
Don't do this, don't do. I never had that from my real father. He wouldn't have time. A teacher only slaps. A lot of things.
Was he like that only at home, or it was his character?
Well, I think he's a hardcore guy too.
Okay.
Very hardcore guy. I've seen him fight several times.
Wow.
Yeah, with my grandfather. My grandfather was a chief. That one is a long story. My grandfather didn't want him to marry my mother.
Okay.
So that generated into something else.
Issues.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But he was a hardcore guy. In fact, the teachers called him boxer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a lefty. One mistake, boom, even among his own teachers, he was, those things. But I think that is not a good training. My son is here. I don't remember. I think I've lashed him once.
He said once.
Yeah, once. I've never,
But I'm sure that one even came with, some talks around.
Oh, yes.
I had to
I like talking to my kid. It got to a point I didn't respect my father because he didn't give me anything. It was only beating and, But I respect my stepfather till date. My mother is dead. The house is still there. Every month I take care of him because of the way he taught me real life. And I can tell you, when my father thought I was a bad boy and I didn't listen, my stepfather thought I was a very good boy. He had 14 kids.
Okay.
And his cousin asked him, he wants to do him a favor. One of his children he wants to take to Germany. And my stepfather chose me.
Out of the 14?
Out of his 14 kids, real ones, the man chose me.
So you were not bad after all.
Yeah, but the training that my father gave me, that's why I think he wasn't a good father.
Wow.
He didn't teach me
You had a very interesting childhood. Honorable, from what you said, I now know where your interest in farming came from. But now let's bring it back to now. Farming isn't really a thing the youth are getting into. It's not enticing. I don't know who has made it like that.
I don't know your time. I was going to give you one, but I'll give you more if you have time.
Honorable, we can do 3 hours if you want.
So let me continue, and the people listening have to get the upbringing, how I started life. So I decided college. When I came to stay in Accra, my mother used to sell atokanshi on a small table between Mr. Donko from Agogo and Mr. Agyapong. In between them, two ladies, they'll be facing each other. Auntie Foster and my mother, they'll put their tables together and sell. Then in the evening, they'll pack everything in a box and go and put it in those shops. So what I did that time was that my mother was selling what we call wick. Wick is what we put in the lantern so that you lit the match. Yeah, blade. And the blade, they had two types. Tatra.
Blue,
Blue. The Naze with the crocodile on it. We have some PK, chocolate. So we create a board. Then we put a bit on each. Then we go around. Yes, PK, chocolate, Tatra, Naze, yes, Rob.
Wow.
We're selling, hawking on the street. And it was a competition among the brothers or siblings. And one guy always made more money than me, Opong. Now he's a pastor.
Pastor Opong.
Then I graduated into selling lead bars. Lead bars is what they use for guns, the local guns. Okay, buckets, aluminium buckets. So in 1981, when I was going to sixth form, there was a lady from his Equiapem half and a Nigerian, married to a Nigerian, and they were bringing a lot of stuff. That time, Ghana, because of Rollins and his coup and whatever happened, he handed over to the man. There were a lot of shortages. So I remember very well, NNSC, Nigeria National Supply Commission, milk. There are some, they call it wire. When you want to trap an animal, the farms, that's what they use. So, yeah. So this woman will bring all these things, I'll sell, make money. So when I was going to sixth form, I was rich. Myself, not my parents.
Not your parents.
But through business. Through business. So when I finished sixth form, my stepfather's cousin asked, which of your children do you want me to help? And he said, take my son, Ken. That time, what his real children said was that, I don't know how to put it, was it what to unsuno and out the baha ashim, meaning you take your intestines out and put leaves in your stomach.
Means they were not in support of what was happening.
Yeah, meaning I was not the real child, and he took the stepchild instead of the real child. But all the real children that I took them to America, none of them has even come back to say that, brother or sister, let me also help you. They didn't do it. What it means is that if any of them had first
gone,
that would have been the end of the family.
True, that's very true.
So, if you want a real prophet, my stepfather is a prophet.
He's the one.
Yeah, he's the one.
He's the one with the foresight, yes.
Yeah, he foresaw that the future of my family does not come from my own children, but my stepson.
And I'm sure he's very proud of you now.
Oh, yes. He threw me in the Denmark.
Honorable, so if I'm not mistaken, your first opportunity out of Ghana was Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for 18 months.
18 months.
Then I went to America.
How did you just move to America through that 18 months?
Yeah, I work hard, and the lady that I was staying with, an elderly woman, she took me through a lot. You know, it was not easy to get a job. So I got a job at a restaurant. It's called Times Square on Holmes Hotel or whatever. And I'll start working at around 5 p.m. After that, 5 to 5. Then from 5 p.m., 5 a.m., I'll drive to Promat and also do 2 hours. So I'll finish about 9. Then I'll come home. I'll get home around 11. Sometimes in the train, I'll fall asleep and even miss my station. Had to come back. When you sleep at 11, 2 p.m., the woman will call you. Kennedy.
That's just 3 hours.
Yes, Kennedy, when you go to America, you're going to go to school and work at the same time. You have to start from here. I have to clean the lady's house before I go to work at 5. Now, brother, and when you get there, Germany, you work. So I have to work at the restaurant for 12 hours again and go back to Promat.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. You couldn't sleep. So I made money, and that's how I was able to go to
the US.
Yeah, America. And in fact, I'll be honest with you, the Germans, they are hardworking more than the Americans. They will really use you. So when I went to America, the second day, I got a job at Zaro Bakery.
Okay.
Which was not possible in Germany.
In Germany.
So it was a dream come true. I work at Zaro Bakery in a freezer. So when they make the doughs, they put it in the racks and put it in the freezer. Very cold. When it comes out, it's like a stone. Then they'll thaw it again before they put it in the oven. So I was there, and one day in my own building, I was coming out, and I met my senior, Baba Moro. He's in Kumasi.
Okay.
Coming out. Then he asked me, hey, what are you doing? And I'm so I live here. I said, what? I also live here. He was on the 6th floor, 5J, and I was 6H, 178th Street. So he said he works at a gas station. So he fixed me gas station as well. So I'll do the bakery 40 hours, then I'll come and do gas station. And listen, why there is no Sikedro anywhere? My 40 hours, my permanent job is the bakery.
Yeah.
But those Ghanaians who have stayed in America for long, after work, all they know, most of them, entertainment. So weekends, they'll give their shift to me.
You go and work.
And go to parties, then I will stay in and work. That's what I want my son to learn. Monday evening, I start from 10 p.m. to 6. Then by the time I finish checking the sales, it will be around 8. I have to start work at 12. So I'll go home, get some farina and some soup. Then straight to Zaro Bakery around Hans Point.
That's where your official 40 hours begin.
Yes. So I came to a point, I was doing 88 hours a week from the gas station. I start Monday, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That gives you 16 hours. Wednesday, 10 to 6. That gives you 24. Thursday, okay, that gives you 32. Then you do Friday. Now listen, Friday, 10 to 6 gives you the 40 hours. Saturday, 24 hours. And Sunday, 24 hours. So I get 88 hours straight. And you know, because if you make the slightest mistake you make, you die. They will shoot you.
Yeah.
America, you are dealing with money, this kind. So they have bulletproof. You only slide the money here. A gun cannot even go.
Exactly.
Right. So Saturday, Sunday, I have curtains on the floor. This the oil. I remove them, the ones that I'm selling, the coffee, whatever. So I will tear them apart and make it like a bed and sleep on it. Whilst you are sleeping, you are dozing, then
Somebody knocks.
Pump number 5, $20. Your eyes are red.
Wow.
You are using the computer.
Honorable, sorry, but how old were you at this point?
No, I was in 1985. I was 25 years.
And so you didn't fall sick through the season? Were
No.
there times
No.
your body just took this norm?
Yeah. Because of the training from Germany, it was easy for
It was
me.
easy for you.
Germany, I was washing plates. And my brother, if I put my hand in the hot water or after bath, you see these white things here. Now I've used shea butter, so you can see.
gone.
All these years in
We're still
Germany, yeah, I was washing plates. Just for 18 months, but till date,
You
if
can
you are
still
with
see
me,
it.
yeah, after bath, you will see these white things here. So America was heaven with all these jobs.
The thing is, you just went in for the jobs, so it wasn't a challenge for you, because what you're saying would be a challenge for somebody else.
The challenge would be that you wouldn't want to spend that number of hours. And let me tell you, those we met with their green card and American passport, most of them were working in the hotels. They were making $240, $250 a week. And the 88 hours, I was making only 285. Then the Zaro Bakery, the 40 hours, my take home was $120. But you see, because I put in more hours, I was making about 3/4 more than those with their green card and a passport, because I was earning $400 a week. Those with their passports, American citizen and whatever, were making $250.
You were making way more than them.
Yeah, because I put in more hours. Then I have a friend here, Osofo from Pong. He stays at Achimota. And Baba Moro taught me how to drive. I didn't know how to drive until, I age 24, not like them, they have, So Baba Moro taught me how to drive. I decided to drive a taxi. So I've saved money. I went to auction and bought Chevy Impala. Same scenario. If you make a mistake, you're going to die. So we have bulletproof
yeah.
in the car. So with insurance and everything, it came to $3,000. I didn't have my green card, but I started working, driving taxi in the Bronx. And listen, who says Sikedro and you can make it? You can make it. In 7 months, I had 8 taxis.
From the first one you had bought.
Yeah. 'Cause every month, every day, I save $100. The 7 days will give me $700.
$100, yeah.
But I make more money in the weekends. So I use that to pay my rent and food. But the weekend, you will still make more money. That if I save 100 weekends, I can make about $180 on Friday night, another $180 on Friday night, Saturday night,
yeah.
and
Then
Sunday,
Sunday into Monday.
around a year, come back home with maybe $120, $130. So in a month, I saved $3,000. Then I'll go to auction. I want him to listen. My son is standing there. He has to listen.
Can he listen?
He has a lot of things on silver platter. So I'll go there, auction, buy this car, do the insurance with lawyer Mankwa, big brokerage, do the partition and everything. Then I'll give it to somebody to drive. You pay $40 a day. I don't want stories until this is where probably my father's style or whatever comes in. If I give it to you, it's contract. Sunday evening, you bring my 280. The only time you give me excuse is when I take the car to workshop for maintenance.
So regardless, they should still make the money.
Yeah, you make my money, 280.
And was this cool for them? Did they see you as a strict
$40.
It was cool.
But look, because on my own, I save 100.
Yeah.
So if I bought a car for you, out of the 100, you have 60 and have 40. If you are working, you can make the 60 hour time. Because I do Zaro Bakery a week, 120. And you are making $60. Yeah, and we are making $60 a day. So it was very good money. And so I didn't want any story. So with these 8 taxis, I saved $24,000. My stepfather was a border guard. He went on pension. Jubilee House or was WO's quarters that they were staying. They had to throw their things out because my stepfather didn't prepare. So they didn't have anywhere to stay. Then Azuma Nelson and his boss, Mr. Asa, they used to have Paramount Hotel on Achimota Road. Azuma came to fight. There was a shop, a liquor store on 114 and Legnos Avenue. It's called Fred Wines and Liquor. It was a Ghanaian who opened that shop. So most of the taxi drivers, when we are in Harlem and we are tired, we just go and park our car there. I went in there and I saw Azuma Nelson.
Wow. That was your first time meeting him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the boss, Mr. Asa. So talking, I said, oh, say, I have money for my mother. They've thrown them out of their house. But I don't know how to get the money home. The man looked at me and my age and I mentioned 24,000. He was surprised. So I gave him $16,000. In 1988, Ambassadorial Enclave, when you go under the bridge, you turn right, the first street, I'm telling you today, from that junction to the end, where you make a right to ANC Mo, I connected electricity and water.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, that in 1988, that is where Azuma Nelson's manager bought the house for my parents.
So you actually gave them the money to sort them out?
Yes, to sort my parents. And he was so honest, very sincere. Because he liked me, my age and that amount that I mentioned. So when he bought the house, it was a boys' quarters. He got it for 24,000 because I told him I've saved 24,000. So when he got the house, then I quickly sent him the 8,000. So my first house in Ghana here was April 17, 1988.
1988?
Yes. 1988. That was my first house. My second house was 624 Commonwealth Avenue in 1989.
How do you keep numbers?
My brother,
forget them.
You've gone through it. You are not lying. It's your experience. So it will come just like that.
I get that.
He didn't know that Jennifer Lopez was staying on the same lane with us. He didn't know. Because he was young. You know?
You wish you had come earlier, right? Wow. Impressive.
You know, so 1989, I bought the house before he was born. I remember when the bank was talking to me, they could tell that I have deep accent. So the lady asked me, "Are you an African?" I said, "Yes." and we are paying $69,000 deposit. I said, yes.
Yeah.
And you are what? 28 years. I said, yes. I said, wow. What work do you do? I said, I'm a taxi driver. But honestly, that time, Reagan introduced this amnesty program. So I had the opportunity to work with lawyer Kwadua from Asiedu.
Okay.
Now he's here at the Redco, bungalow number E1. He became my boss. That is where I made the money. Reagan's time, the amnesty time. So the drugs, the Sikedro, everybody is talking about, came from there. And our office was 3 East, 167th Street. 3 East, 167 and Jerome Avenue, then Edward Grant. Today, as I speak, is an African market at this place.
And you still own it?
No, not me.
Not you.
And this place was in the middle.
Okay.
We were on the left.
Okay.
Then the travel agent. But today, the woman has all the 3 shops. Our office, hers, and the travel agent.
All this happening, you had not clocked 30 years?
No.
Okay.
No. When I was 30, I had 11 houses in Ghana.
And all these through hard work?
Yes. Anytime, look, let me tell you, during the amnesty time, somebody who was working for a week, making $120 a week, the amnesty time, I'm not exaggerating, I take home over $1,500 a day.
A day?
Yes. So my boss bought a house at Redco. No, I bought 1988, the first one, and 1989, where my parents are staying now.
Yes, yeah.
I bought it on the same street, 2 houses on the Ambassadorial Enclave. One was 1988, April, and one was 1989. Then I bought Redco bungalow number A5 in 1990.
Okay.
Then I went to Kaneshi and the rest. You know. So when I made money, I would quickly come to Ghana, buy property, and go back. Because that time I had my green card. That is how I fortified myself. So it has not been easy. And I'm sharing this experience with you for people to know that life is not going to be easy. My brother, I've lost almost everything twice. Twice.
To what?
One. When you know Hollywood,
Yes.
the filling stations and all those properties, I built it. I had a fight with my sister because the way she was managing the place, I didn't like it. She actually bought the whole land and I did the construction of the buildings. I had to lose everything because that time she was using Rollins. Because Rollins' girlfriend was my sister's best friend. So they were using Rollins to intimidate me. I said, hell no. Me, the way I've struggled in America to get it. And first, she didn't even go
This is your biological sister?
Yes. One mother, one father. Don't do business with even your mother. Do your own business. Get her money to eat.
Yes.
Don't do any business
Don't put them in
with
charge.
any family member. At all. Do your own thing. So I mean, whatever I'm doing for them, I'm sharing it.
Yes.
This is yours. You mess up, God knows I've done
You're
my
not
part.
handling it for me.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours. But to go and do business with a family member, I'm afraid, no, don't do it. Even Jesus Christ. If Jesus Christ tells you he knows Ghana, don't trust Jesus Christ again. Because he's been corrupted. Anybody who knows Ghana has been corrupted. So don't trust. Use your business principles to protect your investment.
Family or no family?
Family or no family, use your aid to protect your investment. If not, what don't sabe good. And you know, the sad thing is that you, the very person that is feeding, the whole family will turn against you because they think what you have should be theirs.
Yeah. The sense of entitlement we have out here is unbearable, honestly.
You know? So it has not been easy. Look, I lost the first one, and listen to me. First one that I lost was in 1992, I was in MPP. We formed MPP in 1990 at Brooklyn, New York, Nana Boachi's house. Myself, my boss, Boachi Agyapong, Dr. He's now the counselor in UN, New York, Dr. Mwako, Professor Emeritus Mwako. He became MP after JB, then JB came back. Yeah, that man. Kwabe Usu, Ghana Maritime, he became the MPP first chairman, and Boachi was the general secretary. So in 1992, we were so sure Ghanaians were prepared for change. So we came to support Dr. Dubois with Dr. Preku, and that's where I got to know Dr. Preku and the rest. And we lost the election. When we lost the election, I stayed here for 8 months. When I went back, my office had been taken over and given to the lady. That's how come she used the African market. And you see, why I always react strongly when somebody says I'm a drug dealer, it's because of that. When I lost everything in 1992, I was going through divorce with his mother. I had another nice girl here. She left me because the money was not coming
anymore.
Yeah. Now when she sees me, see this guy, you day. She sees the kind of cars I use, then she realizes a mistake. Yeah. You know, I went back and listen. Professor Dubois was so sure he was going to win. So in his house at airport, all this while I had not gone to university. I was a sophomore, making money. But you know, I wish the man had lived to see. I didn't know the statement he made. I thought he offended me, but he saw something in me. Listen to me. When he was arranging his ministerial positions, it got to me and he tapped me here. Young man, you're going to be a strong businessman. I didn't get it. I thought, oh, maybe because I've not been to college. Yeah. I've not gone to college. That is why he's saying that. Not knowing he saw something in me. So when we lost the election, I said, school dear, me also make Kobe.
So that was what motivated you to go back to school?
Yeah, to go back to school in 1993. At Fordham University.
New York.
Yeah, in the Bronx. But even that 3 years, we share what I would. And when Reagan, Clinton,
yeah.
Clinton also came with U.S. lottery. And I was the first person.
So that was when it started? That was when it started?
Yeah, okay. Clinton's time. I was the first person to introduce this program here. My office was at Zaglo House at the Braka. And look, the kind of money I made that time, that is when I came back. When after getting broke with the Dubois election, you know, I started all over again. I was using my last Lincoln. Her mother has also left the place. My house, the 624 Commonwealth Avenue, was taken by the bank. I was left with only my Lincoln Navigator. No, Lincoln Town Car. That was the time I should have done drugs.
Yeah.
By my brother.
You went back?
I went back to drive taxi. That's when I took them. They had stayed with, when there was a problem with the mother and myself, they came to Ghana. So I took them back. And my wife did very well.
Within a short period, you had moved from owning taxis to driving the taxis yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So when things like this happen to you and you say you are going to consult whoever, you're making a mistake. Life is never going to be smooth. If not, we will all behave like animals. If life is so smooth, we don't have challenges on our way to success, then we will behave like animals. There are definitely going to be challenges, but you have to rise to the occasion. Because strike hard when the iron is hot. You just don't back off when the iron is hot. You'll be defeated completely.
Exactly. When it dries, it will deform. But when you strike it hard, you put it into the shape you want it.
Right.
So that when it dries, it goes into the shape you want. Oh no, but let's talk about school. When you decided to go back to school in America, how was the experience like? Which course did you study?
Economics.
Economics. I also did economics in uni. You see, I've seen my economics. Yeah, most of I say economics in here. I also did economics.
It's the best that you can do.
I'm on TSA.
No, very, very
my
good.
life in a different
yeah,
way.
my own in a different perspective.
How was it?
Let me tell you.
It wasn't your first time in America, though. So
no.
How was it like?
I'm not saying everybody should waste his good time before going to school as a mature day. You see, literature, Macbeth.
Yeah.
Honorable Alex Markin was shocked when all those years that I was doing Macbeth, I could recite it just like that. Yeah, Baba. It's like I didn't even understand what I was reading. But in the Fordham University, I was a mature student. I knew what I was doing. My GPA, none of my kids, I think one of them will beat me, but not yet. So long as she has not. My GPA was 3.85.
Throughout?
As a mature student. When I was there, my professor, he was Iranian. He introduced me to Solomon and Solomon. Financially, now it's called Smith Barn. Because I was good in economics, those things. Now, of course, I was matured. I've made money, lost it, started driving taxi again. And my new wife, which is still my wife, Stella Wilson, did marvelously well. I brought the 2 kids. She took them as hers. And she really supported me. So I was able to come back again. I introduced the U.S. lottery that was introduced by Clinton to Ghana.
You were the first person that brought it
here.
Yeah. United that was your cause. You
will find out. And that time, when I finished the program, I had said to myself, I didn't know how it was going to happen. I had said to myself that at age 35, I'll be a millionaire.
Did it happen?
Oh, yes. No, I said age 40.
Age 40.
Age 40, I'll be a millionaire. September 30th, 1996, I had $1,145,000. Bam.
Which was way before the age you even said.
Right. At a great bank. Dr. Kranchi was the one who was handling my money for me. From the lottery.
You made that much?
Yes. Because I took 567 people to America that year in 1996. So when we finished the program 30th, I checked my bank account. I called all the workers, those who helped me, gave everybody $20,000 and popped champagne. That now I can say that I'm a millionaire.
And so you
listen again. I lost that money too.
How?
That is when I started working with my sister. We set up this Hollywood with shops here and there, and boom. After this, she wanted to take everything for herself. I had to fight. One day, Irene Mercado, she's now what's the title they give? Director General for Common Fund. She was a student. They were the one I was arrested and taken to Legon police station. She was the one who was bringing me food. People don't know how I have struggled
how
to
rough
get
it's been.
Yeah. And my brother, village boy like me, I've made $1 million, and I see it rare that my sister who is not educated is outwitting me.
Wants to take it.
I had to fight. I'll get to Hollywood and the police will arrest me.
On your own property?
Yes. Yes. I had to fight. So it was not easy. All this, I left. So what I had to do to start again was that when you make money, you should have secured investment. And the secure investment is properties. Properties will not make you rich because you wait for rent to come. You don't do the business with the money because it's stuck. But it's a security. Anytime the money that you are doing business with, you lose it,
you can go back.
You have a fallback. My brother, to start life again, fortunately for me, I had 11 houses that time. So I had to sell the strategic ones in a good location to start life all over again. I lost Tesano Airport, all those, I lost it. And started life.
And in between that was your education, because
I stopped. I didn't finish.
Yes, I wanted to get to that.
Fordham University in 1996. When I made that money, I deposited it at Great Bank, and I was still going to school. But what was happening was that the workers, when we started the 97 one, the workers used my company receipts to take people's money that I'm going to do the program. I will get the green card for them, do the applications and everything. But I was in school. I was going to come back when they are going to
do it again.
No, when they are going to the interview itself.
Okay.
I'll be here to guide what to do. But filling the forms, my brother, they use my company receipts to take the money and never did anything for them.
And all these people were falling back to you because it was your receipt?
Yes. So I had to come back and had to pay everybody.
Out of the money you had made with them?
Yes. Had to pay everybody. You see, if I had not paid everybody, do you think today I would get muff even to talk?
Because you would have been labeled as a criminal back then.
Right. But a lot of friends who were doing that, they had legal background and they used technicalities to refuse to pay the people. And they never had peace. But I paid everybody. I paid. I refunded their money. So long as you have my receipt, I have authorized them to take it. So if I don't see it, it is assumed that you have given the money to me. And I had to pay. That is honesty.
Was it true that you deferred your course in the university just so you can come back and do business with the money? At a point you said, okay,
yes.
Why should I have this money?
Let me give you why I stopped. Was that when my professor introduced me to this Solomon and Solomon, myself, there's one Ghanaian, now he's dead, Atta, then a Jamaican in Spanish, with 4 students that the professor recommended. Atta got a job with AT&T.
Okay.
And I got Solomon and Solomon. That time, even in school, they were giving me $89,000. So after the interview, congratulations, then I went home and asked my wife, you mean so all this school that I'm going to get 89,000, and this 89,000 is not net. Uncle Sam is also going to take his. So I told her, look, I cannot let this money go like that with what the people are doing. Now, if I have $1,145,000 in my account, why should I stay here and take 89,000 minus Uncle Sam? No, I'm going to work with it. You can ask my wife. She was so disappointed because the family she comes from, they are all highly educated. R.P. Bafu's family. So, finish and go. I said, if I stay here 1 year, I'll go to jail.
True.
If I stay here 1 year and the people continue to take people's money and don't deliver, I'll go to jail. I've lost my first day. This one, I can't let it go. So I came back. That is how come I didn't finish. but it's worth it. I said to myself, I said to my wife, don't worry. I'm going to employ PhDs, masters, graduates to work for me. And I've done exactly that.
Wow. Honorable, that is the genesis of your business and, you know, the creation of your wealth. But at what point did you decide to get into politics full time?
I was still in politics because I lost money
Exactly.
at the Dubois time in 1992. It was my boss who introduced me. He's a very good man, great man, a lawyer from Messi. Okay. If I had told him I was coming here, he would have tuned in.
So listen.
He really likes me, you know.
Okay.
It's not easy to work with somebody and he will love you to death.
Yeah.
He's sick now, but the family tells me every blessed day he's listening to a man to see if I'll come or not. So it's not easy to have a boss like that.
Exactly.
And I think I also respected him and did the right thing and all those things, you know. So I promised myself that I will not lose this money. So I came back and I lost every contact. The lady who was helping me there, they didn't let her go back because she made a mistake. I bought golf, GT, whatever for her. I set up baby's boutique for her. And the way she was dressing, enviness, but they were temporary. They were only there for the lottery program.
Exactly. So it's like seasonal.
Right.
Yeah.
You go and come back and, you know. But they didn't call her again. Life still goes on. So I started hustling left and right, you know. And that time, even today, $1 million is still a lot of money. And honestly, it is not only the $1 million, $1,145,000. That was in the account. So my sister went to a Greek bank for a loan. Dr. Crunchy was also from Masin.
Okay.
So talking to her, says, oh, she mentioned my brother is this, and I was, oh, okay. So your brother is doing very well, this. And my mother convinced me to help my sister
Get the loan.
first. The Dr. Crunchy said he was not going to give her the loan because when her appearance, she had gold all over, and all you could hear, clang, 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 when she's walking. Now she's thrown everything away. Yes, so gold all over. So Dr. Crunchy said, no,
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. I don't think you can pay. So I had to guarantee for her.
Okay.
It got to a point where she realized the interest was so high. So, oh, why don't you take shares in this? This is how it all started. And I'm telling you, in 1997, I pumped in $400,000 only for me to see that I entered the premises, the business was doing well. But I didn't have time to manage. She was the one managing it. She goes there and dip her hands into the money and go away without even accounting for it. So the gas attendants also, they all bought cars. One day,
Madam is doing it, so we are all doing
yeah, one day I went there to check. There was no money and there was no fuel in the tank.
Where did it go?
That is when I started. I said, no, this can't happen. This kind of management, it won't happen. Then it started. I did this, I did that. What I went through, my brother, your mother, let her stay there and give her money to drop.
Don't involve them.
No.
And I'm sure when things hit the south, they will definitely involve family members. Yeah, so over in the long run.
Me say, I had to pull a gun
Wow.
at the court. The lawyer, he met me in parliament. He said, this guy is a strong guy. There's a designer called Dominion.
Okay.
And I was getting those shirts from Manchester, a wholesale. I'm the one who brings the things from America. So if you are wearing my shirt, I know. The lawyer was wearing my shirt at the court. I said, you, a lawyer, that you solicit favors from your clients. This shirt is for me. And I held it. I said, look here, Dominion. They're cheap. I pulled the gun. I'll blow your head. Think I'm stupid? I've gone through that. And now you think this illiterate can let me lose everything? Hell no, I'll die here. Fortunately, the judge knew Dr. Crunchy. They adjourned the case. And the judge, Akoto Bamfo, her husband had died. And 1 year anniversary, she came to our place for furniture to go and do, some few gathering. Then Dr. Crunchy told her that, oh, those are my nephew and niece. Then the fight that they are fighting. So the Dr. Crunchy took the judge through everything, how I gave the money and everything to it. So the next time we went to court, good, why I didn't like my mother, and I'll tell you a secret today. I had vowed, I'm telling you today, may say don't do business with any family member. I had vowed, it's only today that I'm coming public. I had vowed that if my stepfather had died before my mother, I would have thrown my mother out of my house. Because my mother, I gave her money to make a deposit, bungalow number A5. She went to court and testified that the house is for my mother, my sister. Nah. I swear to God. My stepfather went there and said, Mommy Judge, me yire wabwa. Bemano na disikano mano. Na ma time no ba nyame, my stepfather yini che me mami. Bana me mami fee say my stepfather would die before her. But she died before my stepfather. Now my plan is to me too. Okay, I to know. Me too no akotena me sister nchen because
you know, osene the auntie.
Yeah, osene the auntie. But it didn't work that way. I'm telling you, I've been very bitter with family business. So me, I stay away. And you can take a cue from me. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. So when people see you, they don't want to work because of politics. They talk trash. He's a drug dealer. He's this. I will not keep quiet.
Because you know what you've been through.
Yes. I will not keep quiet. I will fight back. That is my style. I'm sharing all this with you. Life experiences for the youth that are coming up to know that you're not going to have a smooth sailing. There will be ups and downs. When you fall, you rise. If you fall and you stay there, that is the end of you. Now let me tell you how to make money.
Let's go into that. I'm very interested.
You see, especially the workers here, I know your income is not that huge, but you should still save money. One, if you are not married, you should be able to save 70% of your income. How you can do that is that you can share, you can rent a place and share with a friend. So that if you are supposed to pay 600, you pay 300. Yeah. You can even bring a third person. So that if you have to pay 600, you pay 200. What it means is that if you are two, you will save 300.
Exactly.
If we are three, you will save 400. And it becomes a big savings. Typical example of what I'm saying is today. And it's all over the world. When you look at America, you realize the way about 30 million people are filed for unemployment. It means they never saved. They were doing hand to mouth. If you don't save, if you don't have the ability to save, you will never be successful. Savings, the power of savings is key to success. But the first cardinal principle for anybody to be successful is honesty. There are a lot of people. Let me give you one example. I have a Chinese woman here. She has given credit to some Opera Square traders, plumbing equipment and all those things, lights. When she's going for the money, they give excuses. She supplied me goods worth $11 million, and I've paid $9 million. So anytime I tell her, Wela, I need this, she has confidence in me that as for Ken, he will pay.
Yeah.
That's richness.
The financial trust is there, and it comes from honesty.
Yeah, and that is richness. People who take her goods and do not pay cannot go back to her. As simple as that. So she gives me this credit, and I honor. Anytime they pay me, I honor. Sometimes I have to give everything to her because she will also be stressing.
Yes.
Of course, I have other businesses, so I'll eat. Then I give everything to her. Wait for another payment. That is honesty. So whatever I tell her, I need this, immediately she will organize it because she knows I'm going to pay.
Honor your word.
Honesty brings confidence. Then I gave you an example of working 88 hours plus 40 hours, which is 128 a week. If you use 40 hours to make $250 and go and drink your Core 45 or Budweiser, that was the favorite drinks
Back then.
Budweiser and Core 45. Then if you want to get drunk, they call it Old English. It's a beer, but the alcohol content was a bit high. Old English. You see, the time that you are spending to drink Core 45, I'm at the gas station working. So hard work. So if you want to make it in life, you should be hard working, honesty, and savings.
Right now, no. Hard work not better as a youth, and I quite issue but
You see, let me tell you. Let me give you an example. The problem of the youth today is that they think they finish university, they've completed university. I'm a graduate, so this job I can't do it. Why is it that I had 11 houses, but I went back to drive taxi? And this was not even a regular taxi. It was from Co-op City to Baychester. Co-op City, $1 dollar.
Wow.
Yeah. Why? You have to adjust to every situation so that you can come back. But with your ego saying that you're a graduate, you don't want to do anything.
My boy comes degree in it.
Yeah. Look, from here I'm going to my site. One day, I got there, and my manager, he knows me very well. He was interacting with a lady who had come there with ice kenke or some drinks to sell to the workers on site. Talking to her, the girl said she's a graduate. She did communication or something, whatever. Then I said, oh, graduate? And we are doing, I said, yes, but I don't have a job. I don't have anything to do. So I bring the food here to sell and I make something. So, this story is what my boss will want to hear. So wait, he's coming. I got there. I saw the lady with water and some drinks selling to the workers. So I asked her, are you a graduate? Say yes. I said, go and bring your certificate. Kenneth, has she started working?
Wow, 2 months already.
Yeah. I said, wow. You see, she's not lazy. She's not waiting for manna or government to come and feed her. I was encouraged and touched by a graduate selling ice kinky to make a living.
So point is, you did not employ her because of her certificate, but you employed her because of her zeal and hard work.
Yes.
Okay.
For her to have been a graduate and come so low to sell means she's a serious-minded person.
She's a go-getter.
Right. So I said, well, if you live in Tema, now what I can do for you is Ken City, is in Accra. He says, hey, I'll do it. I said, okay. So I called Kenneth. They should train her. And now you've heard it yourself that she started working 2 months ago.
Honestly, I'm really impressed. I'm touched. I'm picking all these things myself because me youth and me won't be.
Yeah.
And these are things that people won't tell you. Because seminar, you go and pay, and then they will just ruffleize it, and they won't go honest with that.
Let me tell you, a graduate, you come here. You see, the level of education you have will make you think differently, because when we talk of risk, we'll come to that.
Okay.
Some people selling here may not even know the risk. They wouldn't know the integrity. You have to be honest, you have to be sincere, this and that. You would have heard it in passing somewhere along the line in your education. So if you begin to sell something, and for a graduate to lower himself or herself to go and sell something, you don't want to fail. That is where the success comes from. You don't want to fail. And most of them will not fail because they didn't stay home and expect manna to come from heaven. They abandon their ego, their certificate, and try to do something. Those people will definitely succeed in life.
Wow.
Definitely. For him to abandon his certificate, ego, to go so low to start life, they will make it. So the youth. Now, how much? Sometimes it's very difficult to get capital.
I know.
Very difficult to get capital. But you can start small. You can start small and build. Sacrifice. Let me tell you. From 1 to upper 6, I had girlfriend. They were just only in name. My success and my determination came from women who dumped me. It challenged me. I always turn negative to be positive. So the youth, turn your negatives to be positive. The women, 2 of them, they dog me because Charlie poverty. Oba, Mr. Father, fear on one. The furniture, if you read Chinua Achebe, he said, me and my wife.
Yes.
The single chairs. One of them, when she came, I had forgotten that the chair was broken and they just put it there. So she sat on it and she was exposed. But only hear that. So she felt I deliberately did that. How can I deliberately do that? I went to her house to apologize and she never agreed. I said to myself, one day I'll be somebody.
Wow. I'm getting a lot of messages on our WhatsApp. Let me just take a brief moment to say hi to a few people. This one in here says, my first time listening to Honorable Kennedy. Agyapong, people are not thinking at all in life. You need to hustle to get to the top. This one didn't add his name. Thank you, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, for this info about life. I'm really inspired and proud to have you as a leader in Ghana. Keep telling us the truth, but nothing else but the truth. Obviously, that's what he's going to give us. Honorable, so I watched a documentary about you, I think this was about 2-3 years ago, and it was a day in your life. I think they visited your house in your constituency.
Okay.
And I was amazed to see the number of people who queue up at your doorstep every morning to ask for help. What moves you to help all these people, and what do you look out for before you even help someone?
Why I do that is that I try to give everybody equal opportunity, which I didn't get. And I do that because when we were in Agyapong College, one, I had nickname, Agyapong, marriage. In the class, I was tall, you could tell from my height, so I was always behind it. When a teacher comes to the class and asks, yes, the gentleman back there, even if I know the answer, when I raise my hands, they will all turn. Kwame Agyapong, a foom. Yeah.
Wow.
Kwame Agyapong, a foom. You know, from Asim Fosu to Adisadu College, a Champon time in 1976. It's just 45 minutes today from Fosu to Cape Coast.
Yeah.
It took us over 4 hours. When I got to Adisadu College, my hair, my eyes, everything was brown. You could tell from the trunk and everything's acquired there. When you raise your hands to answer question, why me Japan? I no bluff cheme. You see, but because I had the opportunity to go to school and met people, you see how my life has changed. So I decided to help people because I think if they are given opportunity, some will do far better than me.
Exactly.
And I'm proud to tell you today, President Akufo-Addo's time, I have over 1,000 jobs for my small constituency because I have over 1,000 graduates. I decided to educate the people. So they queue for their school fees. I also help the health people that are, those things. And trust me, if I tell you poor people that have passed through my hands and how they are doing well today, if I had not given them that opportunity, they would have wasted their talent.
Yes.
By now, but go and see these guys.
And all these people also give opportunities to other people as well.
Well, the difference between me and most of them will be that they are afraid to share their pasts. One boy, very handsome boy, very, very intelligent. I took him to Adsado College. He did November, second year in Adsado College and got 7 A's and a B. So he went to Legon. So when his mates were in third year SS3, he was in Legon first year. And he still got first class. He works at Fidelity Bank. And I've tied my account because my rent from these big companies comes in dollars. The Fidelity Bank, sometimes if I don't have CDs in my account and I sign the check, they look at the dollar in my account and pay.
Okay.
So I was specific that the lady should take it to this branch, but she didn't. She took it to this boy's branch. So when he went there, she went there. I said, oh, then let me talk to the manager, whatever. He's my nephew. I swear to God, the boy refused to talk to him. No matter his brains, he will never get 100 of what I have. I swear to God.
What
the
was
boy, Ofarisu Obeka, Ohene, ne mami, no ton koko. Nani papa police in your pension. God will punish that boy. Onya bida. Your friend J. Randolph, make auntie and ye. J. Randolph.
And never when you see you experience all these, but you still keep doing it.
Because Ebimunso, there's one boy, Ofrikushia, Nana Prani Sam Jonah Crow.
Okay.
And also, Mikwa decided college, but they have never failed me. Any a sing boy, I'm the decided college where has gone to university. Boy, no, when I was going around, they were laughing at that. Or the I sing Kushia when she. What I say don't people she. So I asked my driver, what is she? Meaning 0%. Yeah. So I went to Kushia. Where Nanapra comes from, where some Jonah comes from, 0%. So I assured them that anybody who studies and get good results, I will take care of him. This boy, the following year, he got 8. Aggregate 8 from that village. Then I took him to Adsado College. Me say, this boy went to Kivas. We Kivas, no the US lottery.
Wow. Abu Mama no double.
And went to America. What the boy does is that every Christmas, he's in America. He will send his family to bring hampers to me. He went to stay in my house and build himself up. And there were some computational, some big EB. Otiase. But that boy, Coco Selano, ne ba.
When you are
Hey, that year, me catch on. There is a northerner And also, only two boys in Amdom Quad Sado College. Fuseni, or a medical doctor. Omo family, my name is Omo NDC MPP. One of the guys with me, AMPP, and an sister pan and a banning Fuseni. Me, I want number catch him, so I should give the guy bail, Fuseni. Why? Why? Because I went to the Muslim community in my area and they were asking me what I've done. I'm saying, well, at least I picked this boy through Adisado College, University, and now he's a medical doctor. The mother is an NDC. The mother said I should never mention the son's name anywhere, that I took care of him. So the brother beat her up. So you are very ungrateful. Very ungrateful. That is how I got to know when I went to the police station. Then he told me the story. So, Lord, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Confucius, a reign of listen carefully. Unifuseni, or say, if a man saves your life, you are indebted to him for the rest of your life. I sit here and curse that boy today. Very brilliant boy. Now, yes, I didn't go Harvard. And now, one of our guys, Nanayao, or yeah, Juma Fidelity, and no, Opochi, or yeah, Juma or Ken City. That's how I was bringing the guy. He doesn't want anybody to hear his past. He will never succeed with all the brains. I tell you today, you will come one day and kneel before me, even if I'm dead on my grave. Me say, these two boys, I took them to my house at West Legon and taught them how to use fork and knife. Because if you don't do it and you go to Adisado College, you are doomed. Teaching them.
And you didn't have this opportunity?
No. But that is the reward I got out of it. If they were the first two I tried. If I had looked at what they did, I wouldn't have helped anybody. And where I am today, none of them can help me. But there are different kinds of help. It may come to a point that with all your money, you cannot even get up. One of the boys will be there to save you.
Yeah.
What you say?
Okay.
So I continue to do. If you expect favors from kindness you do, then you always be bitter.
You'll be disappointed.
Yes. So me, I just help people. Whether you have one boy during PSFM time, the mother brought him to me. Said, "Oh, my son couldn't go to medical school now. We share resource power." So, what? You mean he's going to stay home? No way. I did arrangements, connection, and he got pharmacy. The guy got first class from pharmacy. He came to me and said, "The only thing I want you to do is just to come to my graduation, Banamo, America." Ordinary gown came to my house to say thank you to me. So this boy and a J. Randolph, who will succeed in life. And as simple as that. What do you say? My money do you Juma Fidelity Bank. They will all listen. Me, I don't lie. Ni mami no ton kuku.
Yeah, my tension as you say emotions now cause rock.
Yeah, maybe yeah.
But
you know, media, just I put it behind me.
Yeah. We're moving on. Honorable, let me find out from you. You mentioned yesterday that in the next elections you will step aside, and then give way for other people to come in.
I wanted to do it this year.
But do you intend on migrating to any political office aside, being a member of parliament?
No. Politics is enough for me because, let me tell you, in all honesty, the way I have planned my life, if not politics, a lot of people cannot even get close.
True.
A lot of people cannot even get close. But because of politics, I think Matthew 24:8 or so, it says, anybody who wants to be a leader must first be a servant of the people. That is why I go so low to deal with people. And I also believe, I have a philosophy that I say any leader who is not criticized by his people means he's not doing something right. So I expect criticisms in any that I do.
Based on what you just said, criticism bit, let's say you leave office and a year after somebody else assumes office in your constituency.
Right.
No, criticizing as
no, I'll criticize you. I'll call you first.
Okay.
And tell you, this is the way you have to go, because 24 years experience is not a joke.
It's not a joke.
I will share that with you. But if I tell you and you still don't get it, well, I will criticize you. Why not?
Okay. Honorable, I mentioned this earlier on. We had to just put a pause on that because there was a lot to talk about. Farming in Ghana, an issue, Bako. It's not the youth you speak, the people you speak to will tell you, oh, and yeah, assassinate basically, and yeah, enticing. As a leader, what do you think the nation should do to make farming a little bit more enticing for the youth to join in? Because
do you want me to share my experience with you?
Be very honest with that.
Do you want me to
yes,
be blunt?
Be very blunt.
Do you want me to be blunt?
Be blunt.
I don't care what the Minister of Agriculture will think. From my experience, anybody who wakes up in the morning and pray that God, money hear me, money hear me, money hear me, will go into farming. Case closed. I'm sorry, I tell you. And now I give you reasons. We are educated. Now, person who go into farming, you have to be there 24/7. Because the kind of people you are going to deal in that village, you would think they are not educated, but they think you are stupid for bringing job there. There are farms in Ashanti region, Yabi.
Yeah.
Afrancho Franse Kokobeng area, 500 acres plantain. Today, as I speak, Okwa, we have fish ponds. A bibro 1 kilometer stretch, but all abandoned. I did 598 acres of rice farms in my constituency. As I speak, the rice mill is still there. The machine, everything abandoned. We put in orange juice processing factory in my constituency. Go and see.
People don't want to dedicate their 24 hours to work there or what?
Now, listen. The mindset of the people, simply tells me that they are not ready. So if you are telling somebody to go into farming, you have to be very careful. It's disadvantageous to the person because, one, farmers in advanced countries are given subsidies. Here they don't.
They don't.
Here they don't. And if you don't have subsidies, it is not very easy to go into farming and succeed. So if the government wants the youth to go into farming, their first thing is subsidy in a form of inputs or whatever. But if you are encouraging youth to go into farming without subsidies, I'm afraid it won't work.
Fulfill. All right. All right. And I think that's a good advice for all of us. You know, I think
the
ministries, yes.
So when you wake up in the morning and you pray that already money hear me, already money hear me, and you leave Accra here to go to your village and farm. No, I want to say,
what the go grave?
What do you say?
Honorable, Yambra from Kakra, how is a day, a regular day for Honorable like when you wake up in the morning or plans to say, yeah, no,
a regular day is all about money.
Okay.
How to succeed, how to create jobs. What do you say? And yet, they know, and I go now, madam, with that deep, 4-5 no de me nine plants nko a bo se me sorry be 6 na me mama so nyina hyehyem come plans are and basic we economics. I say human wants are many, but the resources to satisfy them are scarce. Therefore you have to make a choice. True. That is opportunity cost.
Aboom. my cost professor, I'm so proud of me.
So, Auntie, you have so many things you want to do, but your money, because as I speak, where are we? I have, let me see the location. I have 12 acres here. I want to build a hotel. C-Caps is mine. I want to build a hotel. I have 17 acres of motorway, your best steel plant. I'm going to a coastal, the third one that I'm building, 13,000 tons. The fourth one that I've paid $1 million. The lady needs $1 million because the papers are ready.
Okay.
So you sleep, and all these things will be going through your mind. So to make the right decision, my brother, it's not a joke. But you have to do it as a human being. You prioritize it. Sometimes the coastals are not that expensive. Maybe $8 million will get me there, and I know I'll get my money. But this 12 acres here, the hotel, you're talking about $120 million, $140 million. Oh, dear, so it's not easy. The steel plant is about $47 million. It's not a joke. I don't have physical cash of 120 and 47, 167.
Yeah.
I don't have the cash there. Maybe assets-wise, yes. And I'm not prepared to dispose of assets to go and build that. I want to work and build it so that those properties I have will be a fallback in case those businesses are envisaged, say, juicy, do not work.
And flourish, yeah.
So, and my daily activities are full of plans that are all, most of them, about 80% are not fulfilled because I dream more than what I have.
More than you have. But in the course of the day, do you have time for, Megan said, do you have time for yourself? Maybe a minute, honorable. Are you even on social media?
Or no.
You don't have
People are using my name over there, but I'm not.
So the Twitter account that I see, the Instagram,
no, it's
all
not. They are all fake.
They are all fake.
Yeah, they are all fake. I don't have time. I don't have time.
But what's you listen
to?
Oh,
yes.
What kind of songs do you like?
The Ghana no dear no ana brofonso dear no.
Yes, let's start from answer. What kind of you like hip hop or R&B and answer?
Julio Iglesias no ne you so Andrea Bocelli.
Andrea, okay, Italian man. No?
Yes.
Wow.
So Andrea Bocelli. In my quiet time or when I'm in the car, I would love to listen to Andrea Bocelli, Julio Iglesias, and Kenny Rogers, those things.
Andrea Bocelli when you be contra partiro.
Yeah.
Daboko. Wow. Beautiful.
Those things. And I also me want me boys be before my
yeah, me say no. Ghana, me calling in a different way. Say be honorable Yeshu Eufina or percent the top 5 artists about entertaining I. First one,
Sarkodie.
Okay, I'll be there.
Second, my young Guyana and I, Stoneboy. Say Matisse or my fine. I like those two guys, but they be
Shatawale
and Kim Promise.
Okay.
Then make us receive beach. You call Labari Beach Hotel Kudidi. Nana medical team in chain. Oh, and now my family almost sorry so more year. Don't buy na medical monso. Sorry. And Omuko you more Diana because oh, there's a guy that I like now. We're very cool. Who we say we're cool near. Now make a medical and I'm going miracle. And I'm here to say a miracle medical.
Now who did
but
which of the songs do you remember? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You take a short break. We need to listen to the music. Honorable needs to blow off some steam. We have more questions coming in, but then
where do you want my boy one day from Tema, my boy Sarkodie.
Okay.
And I can promise, so yeah.
I think I watched the video. There was an event. Sarkodie was there. I think he went to talk.
Birthday.
Yes. and I all na honorable akata na no team say freestyle and what Mike no man freestyle you know say honorable you okay and honorable said cool. Anyway, so we're gonna get back to the questions in a bit. If you have any question for honorable.
My birthday in social distance there no me person me surprise baby. Oh. Then come invite Stone Boy ni Shatawale.
We him say we we
enya nyom no mbabody trust edidi and obi catch us so say they are nice. I'm happy for them. Thumbs up for the team. I really like them. My local.
I mean it's not a hard journey.
Yeah, you know, I really like the two.
They are both good too.
You know.
Before we get back to the conversation, honorable, you know about which so what's that? Obi our master no. I think at the point okay, second the Japan's one master. Please, who is your master? Budini,
I'm a master.
Oh, you're your master. Okay. Confirm. Honorable, I have a special surprise for you. I think, sir, you mentioned 5 artists as your favorite artists in Ghana. Now, one of them happens to be listening to the show now, and I'll say, "Oh, person who didn't come, Krebi, let me move on to my next question, honorable. Now, since you love music so much, would you at any point venture into the music business in Ghana? Because industry news can him. Who is Kaka that side now, Mayana?
Meaning, I don't know what you mean by that.
Maybe setting up a record label. Setting a record label up.
Record?
Yes.
Really?
No?
Individual artist there, I can help.
You can help.
Yeah, but Anna, me was experience. Me offer. And make a large cave from home.
Changing be the
Yes.
Okay.
Me offer. And about 7 years, in your old ones. When I started, you know, every day. Yeah, BBA know the trouble soon and I'm saying. I can't do that. Many other you say, Niamie in Anam Zadiman, say, or no one can say, I say, a honye made a but the individual be episode, but up no a good deal. Yeah, I can do that.
I'm sure, of course, if your amount business proposal, if you become one CBI in the year, this is how much we can make in the account while you do it.
Yeah, I know I can do that.
All right. Now, we posted up earlier saying microphone bisa questions, and a few of them are in. I think we'll just start with 1 or 2 of them. So, this message in here from Samuel inside Adenta says, a lot of people see politics as a means to riches. What do you say about that, and what is your advice to Ghana's youth who see politics as a money-making venture?
Obia obehu politics as a money-making venture in the long run when in Beguasi. I have the opinion said there be obi obaba me ho so bo me na me pese me contest ni ayi me bisa first wo
intentions
adwuma.
Okay.
Now, one of the poorest businesses and now ventures you can go in, especially politics, MP. I say this because say we are MP now in your man of straw. Yeah, parliament, and in no time you lose favor with your people. Because demands are so high on MPs and politicians. Say, or more criticizing politicians. Our attitude and behaviors make politicians corrupt. Who make an example? We say, "The nipa na no masa lie. Me fee no. Don't be say for free if I'm not working. I don't have my own business." And it is not different from me. A lot of MPs, that is what they also go through. What do you say? Inti, say who man of substance, who knew business, pa now say, koye politics. When in Beguasi. Because the rush to make the money. Maybe I am about my history at Chiro. So who knew me? Who be say MP and a mamiska. What you say? It also person koye MP because one who can Japan say we MP. ABR, you think he's doing well, but and you're good. Ain't he? Wow, by what Green say? Oh, politics even when you scan when in Beguasi. Name mom say upo ubra ye. Now wow decide say ubeko no akoboa. you miss a lot of temptations. Obia me influence, and you can be a good, excellent politician. But if you don't have your own business, if you are not yourself, now see, by virtue of where you come from, why you to organize why you could DMP. Only you may be other, but go through the ranks until you also DMP. Only pass on when
you fail.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go to the next question in a bit, but I think we have the surprise on the line. Hello?
Hello, big man.
Hold on. Me pacho. Obi person no kasenti. So, honorable.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, big man.
Me pacho kasa honorable to why?
Oh, honorable Mr. Kennedy Agyapong. Pacho we there. Odoba medical near Michiao.
Major so.
Pacho se bibia boko.
Boko. Adare yeshi ahoda. O sorry say ukoti aduane na me ka kira me yire say medical go come miracle.
Oh, miracle. Let me who say na as only family na me tena o say moye there moye.
Me ba je bi bo di na je so medical na ti enje no. Was it na go come miracle that was it a miracle.
Oh, daddy many a just me no kasa anope. First of all, me better me da wante any o man penyin no, any papa o ye ma asi sufo. I mean shira pa any Ghana man na small fans baby we asking for su. Ano mo bold papa. Into them work and say shira. Was so near to my pa o ye. Behind the scenes, Messi out near the come off for beer was here in Kaho.
Mat,
I missed out. But we him the hand when I was time and
thank you so much for talking to us. Still on a few questions from our guests. I might do just 2 or 3 in Arapia so his daily activity. Now this question in here is coming in from okay. Selassie Bright, yes, Selassie Bright is his name. It says it was reported that Honorable donated 3,000 protective clothing, 100 bags, gloves, and hand sanitizers, face masks to help fight COVID-19. The cost of these donations exceed 2 million or even 3 million. What informed your decision to donate over 2 million Ghana cedis worth of PPEs to help fight COVID-19?
Okay, let me give you the exact figures. 3,000 protective clothing. That is 2,000 Ministry of Health and 100,000 core national security.
Okay.
100,000 gloves. Now the first time, 100,000 masks. Actually, maybe 10,000 masks. And I think 40,000 gloves. Plus 250 beds. And 100 hand sanitizer gallons, namely core national security. But health, 200 beds, 100,000 gloves, 100,000 masks, and 100 gallons of hand sanitizer. And beside another 200,000 masks. So in all, so far, 350,000 masks. 100,000 gloves, 450 beds, and 3,000 protective clothing.
Wow.
And hand sanitizer, I think they're 500 or 600 gallons.
And winning in every wow.
Yes. Why I'm doing that, say, we depend on government for assistance too much. Na bibia ni wa aban ko ya otumi eyema eso obiaso gise ankrankra no a yame atom sem so obo metisi ene ho otu a wesi ma ye aduane 4,500 wesi mama $1 million wesi mama say those white men are no different from us. We should take our destiny into our own hands. We should not always wait for a white man to come and help you. That's very insulting. So I say, well, in my own small way, and I calculate them say $718,000. Anyway, a baby BNA, we can still help. It is around 4 million. Before you say, or man bapa, Yamie Shrami. Now, near informal Krama, me as a near a we are say sa yare kitwa ye hu nanim.
Yeah.
Now at this place will be ana. The world doesn't make sense to me anymore to hold on to what I have. That is why I also decided, say, look, let me also make a contribution to the nation. A beer, 1 max will save somebody from infection.
Yes.
A beer, 1 bed, ebenya obia nanka yare na to omunya baby mfare to edna to. Nti I'm just doing my bit as a citizen. And I wanted to take the lead for Ghanaians to see, say, we are created as human beings, your God's image. And therefore, we should do things as human beings. We are independent.
Yes.
We are not dependent on the white man for everything. That is why I decided to do that.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, I realized that you spoke about hard work, you spoke about honesty, family, and all that, but you never touched on friends. Do you have friends at all?
Oh, yeah, I have friends.
What advice would you give upcoming,
I have friends.
People?
You see, we live in a society. Whether you like it or not, you have friends. But most of our friends, a conditional or situational womuti and our found. If the situation is no more, they will not even come close to you. Odiama asamuto and una behu and namfo awo. And what I will tell the youth, and he said, you should have friends because we nipa, but limit the number of friends you have. And namfo na so na de ko trouble mu de bia. Yes. What some we fie, onyonko onim ahoye anti na wode nam. Emwaye. Nti oya ya we nipa, you need friends. We are some advice one to me and chirawa gwian chiro nuano an ka bia chirawa. One where you make a wrong decision. So it's important that we have friends, but choose them well. Show musuman. Study everybody before you align yourself. And now say, what can we timo as a machiro? Because a lot of friends, you know, they are opportunists. They just want to make something out of you. I've gone through that. Me watch the meno, and I'm home in young kufua or mupemasem. Now you don't believe it, say. Ni awone ne tun said die pa betimi akotena ho aka ho asem a you be shocked. Say nipa semesia na me ne tun said die sa na adwene wo ne tri. But if you have clear conscience, you don't plan evil against anybody. Wo kan wasem ne pempe na kwa da bia nyankopon so e be hwe no munyam. We still have friends. We need friends. I have friends. But I'm extra careful. Because they say there was MPP or power. Oh, can Agyapong? Be a president penasem, be a minister we penasem, in the Empire Hong Kobono. Bisa who say, Emra wundi power. Were these people your friends? In their conditionally opportunistic attitude. In the young men and women listening to me. Emma, friends and also Madebia competition by you. We want to keep up with the Joneses. What I mean by keeping up with the Joneses, and they say, oh, can Agyapong will wait? Mensu menyebi, I was saying menyebi. Any means necessary. Unim acquire me fast or binyaya. Unim how long I have planned and saved towards buying that particular egg. But who yanwano, who say I was so nyebi, you make a lot of mistakes. Buy your time, plan towards every decision you want to make, and you will succeed. But who your hasty decision, a competition, say any person see or wait to you'll make a lot of mistakes.
Honorable, last two questions. This one in here is coming in from Kobe Chase. A blogger says the Germany USA had a better economy to achieve a lot when you put in the hard work. It's a different situation here in Ghana. How can we also achieve a lot in our bad economy? Well, highlighted bad economy then.
Yeah. Amigas, I'm talking as a businessman. I'm not talking as a politician.
Okay.
As a politician, I wouldn't say that. But as a businessman, the question that he has asked, and he say, listen carefully. In a society with a bunch of fools, the few wise men succeed and carry the fools along. In a society with a bunch of fools,
the wise ones,
the few wise men succeed and carry the fools along. So be among the few wise people, and you will see, say, whatever the situation, you will rise to the occasion. Life is not going to be easy. Yetiha, they say yetiha. Although my capital came from America, now I give back. Coming kwa American team kwa ye jumani biemu da. Ye kwa ekotuya mortgage ni muni ye ma ni asaba. Ye Ghana haya. There are investments that you can do. You make a lot of money. It means what returns. A good question the person asked. I want to assure him, say, returns on investment in Ghana is higher than
exactly
US ni Europe. But you should venture into right. If you say the youth, I can give you few a year. I'm not supposed to, but I'll give it to you. A friend of mine wanted to sell an apartment to me for 11 million. Then I asked him, how much will be the returns in a year if I spend it? Was it 600,000? 600,000 after taxes, many are saying, was it 300,000? So 300,000 times 10 is 3 million. So it's going to take me over 30 years
to make that money back.
To make that money. Now listen, decisions that you take. If the $11 million can build about 13,000 tons of coastal, and 12,000 tons or 13,000 tons of coastal with the $11 million, a month after taxes, I will make $180,000 from rent. So how many years? And I'm the better maker. How many years? Do the mathematics. Not more than 7 years. So why would I? It's a flagship. You see Villaggio. You see where say, Massa, and this will be about the suit. Now my be jeans. Everybody would think so. Be a wash a suit, you know, where cratching in on the whisker. It is not so. How many times do you see Bill Gates wearing a? Another example is, and maybe bankers be bas or more pay Ken City account. And I'm so, bet me a my co-store. I see, oh, me pay Ken City. Then I started laughing. I said, do you know how much comes to the co-store compared to where this media thing is flagship? Keke. That is not where I make my money.
Sikanangasa free baby.
Good. Ebi na machiro. So me renting one co-store, 8 taxes ni we are. What comes to me is $90,000 from one. So the $90,000 after taxes will give me $1,080,000 right there sitting in the bank, Fidelity. The other one gives me $85,000, and also in a year gives $1,020,000. But who can't two no bomb and about $11 million.
Exactly.
So if I'm going to spend $11 million to buy property or cantonments, yes, okay, in Agyapong, and apartment or cantonment. When you see the apartment, it's so beautiful, so you think say, there is money. When you come to my coastal, that's it.
So it goes back to making informed decisions.
Precisely. And a determination. And you what say, and then in the year I started business here, I will say, you won't. But as time goes on, that is how it is. Obi owa and no more muton you say. Ya the brand or betrondi. O the bremia metron triaka. Why be na officer on the bedi? That gives my honesty gives me an edge over the dishonest person. Enti Ghana denedian ba uto boas here adwuma no kakra na wo save another strategy. Don't expand when you are doing business. If you can, don't expand your business outside your premises now, we'll start here. You will do the expansion. One, say be aha mo yini. Now what we are can now we expand it, so that you can supervise and see every business that is going on. If you set up Happy FM here, YFM here, Happy FM here, Oman FM here, oh, Aquano Uska, and go for Naya humanity. But say, oh, be a humano, Bakuni, Nesta, what you may be, sir, Ushana, you want a bigger place, you move to a bigger place, so that one casa
you move the entire business to
to a bigger place.
Okay.
That is expansion I will encourage you to do.
Okay.
Because tell me what I share from Kumasi. Bosu me so man do ento yom hoka. Go boys no go. Won to me ko 70,000 back on afeska no. Another osofu bi sika buy. Me yiri frame oni anya nda me se me ntuo moka. Work one kasa eye adwuma no. Na tua hoka no. Eno so me nsan kofa o man na fam sika no way. I won't do it. Mampre. One dishonesty. But only pebia wa wia mi bia so no uhunu a na bra bo no ensesan. And the returns on investment say who ye adwuma wa ha na wo de wani to from wo monitor wa dia you can do better than say wo abuchiri.
Honorable Wakasa, thank you so much. I'm very touched with all the things that you've spoken about. Two questions it's staring at me. But
feel free, any problem.
This message is coming in from Lukman. Lukman says, you recently revealed to state authorities with respect to the non-payment of vehicle duties by Pastor Bedu Kobi. What motivated you to do that, and what is your advice to the youth of Ghana who see driving luxurious cars and yet to do everything, whether right or wrong, to one? And the second one from him, same person, says, Honorable, has Obinim reached out to you to apologize or wave the white handkerchief in the ongoing revelations?
Let me answer you. First one, Bedu Kobi. Let me watch it the program. Constantly insulting Ekufuado. Who is this guy? Now, Ekufuado anything. So I started digging him to know who he is. And I got somebody or you close, what cost sorry be. I saw no say. Your cars won't find a person to her, or the two or you see you scare woman in a go. We no Sikana, where you go on Bedu Kobi the ushers in Bessasa. No say how. Mimpering. Or no me argument na o ma betwene esia bonten. So he started giving me the information. Then other people are one who stolen cars. Ebinum got panic and came to me say ampa say ni say you kwa chassis number ha sa car we won tuaka is a whole lot of custom for na cost second one no me mistake. Most of the cars in won tuaka. Nipa no timi chen a kire me what to do and get the fake engine numbers omudiaye amanu nyina odiase enti na no the way I see dear Kufuado attempt because Mahama time he had it so easy or pretend is our Mahama sofu now or you soon not going their BT Mahama or you soon because onya bo Mahama na obia suru omo awabu omu kwase agi omu nyoma oba MX utumi sign it down papers the man a whole lot of the cars for ko fani nyina free nya just said nasty things have gone on. What you say? Wow. So I picked on him when I saw say no kura o kasai say onya genuine. Yeah. I was so for one no din say uto stolen cars. And I'm in this year. But I was smart. But me no.
But we're reaching out to you personally.
Well, he sent a very good friend of mine to say so. Or Pachoni, and did that the other two speaker. The nursery. Because all the main person, you see, Ghana for intimacy. So be Pachoni. We are saying also. No matter how strong you are, also to me, Nipabia, or Kochiwa, or to me, a can boldly, so when you say Nipanibia, you are not a human being. And your wife going to say, would you be a casam chera wunti? O fair for be betting me a beca. O say, well, my man condition, say, go. In fact, honestly, me na delay. he wanted to come to me, but me I have not had time.
Okay.
What do you say? So there are no problem.
Sorry.
Obinim made a mistake. I was making reference to Obana or Sereno or a foreigner be. Or see, Pakoya oil be say coronavirus Obenya $40.
Yes.
I'm just how can you even embarrass yourself like that?
So that's where it started from.
That is where it started.
Okay.
I was referring to girl no video na no why esri obinim no. Say you ridicule yourself by making such statements in here. Office were tough. And then Jimmy Wasaba say, yes, was say, me no, obe dealing with me spiritually. Deal with me physically before spiritually, because spiritually, maybe I'm stronger than you. Because I do good things more than you. We are evil. So your evil cannot conquer me. In Tiano, the onion is straight. Oh yeah, mesa baby. Oh yeah, mesaba.
But has he apologized? He has
No,
not reached
I don't
out
want
whatsoever.
to. I don't want his apology. I don't.
Okay.
Maybe I may TV social media and no. To me. Any abronye and the bar in chain say. Almost remia minya butreni. And I'm saying, I will ban or no, when in Akasa now, Bam Jose. No, I'm so woman in Akasa. Say, fine. Everyone na. On one Casa Cotina ho, Casa, on the on sumo biaso or me pacho. Give me fra bronye, Nam Kajem say, what tea, no,
this is what happened.
In Tiania, oh yeah, I'm so okay. And Jerry Biam, no Sabaso, on the throwing tower, no, need up penny, whatever. Then, need it. And so they need the abbashu. Now, may try Ghana for what bizarre question, the mam chum. Winim, the information I have on Obinim. I am a young man. And there was nowhere. I'm a bony didn't cry the na tema and I said, Conemi Yatse Obano, a go through, sir. I will to me a man be kuntokwa. Say Oba what tiho, Nanny housemaid, Nikunini da. What you say? You are a human being. And Nami was sympathy for her until she stupidly came on a year by year video. Eka say, Honorable Agyapong, she was so sarcastic. Into what winning and yet deep won't say, oh boy, Ghanaian, me say me man 19, me man we are 22. Oh boy, Ghanaian, and a woman 19. No, na sa die wempo, wo yire wote ho. Ade wempo no, wo kire say. Na woman 19 no, e nsuo, e na ade wo. Hwe atade a na hye na no de asa na okọ na kaba sori. Na ugly. Unim say me hwe am hu say sa wo no kura wo. Very ugly. No. Yeah, we bisa question mami nya no. We atade a hye oni ni huni. We hye atade te say obi okọ na kaba sori. You got nerves.
Honorable, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okọ na kaba sori ntina utwa so.
Honorable, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I mean, it's been an experience. We've learned so much. And before we wrap up, any final words, anything you'd like to add, anything you think Ghanaians should know? Piece of advice for
I want the
youth.
youth to take their destiny into your own hands, their own hands. And I also want them to know that the life is not going to be easy. If you want to be successful, there are going to be challenges. But rise to the occasion. You have to be determined. Sorry. Challenge yourself. Turn your misfortunes to be fortune. What you say? All the mistakes you make, you can turn them around. It's a lesson to you. You will not repeat the mistakes when you solve the problems. No. And I am encouraging every youth in this country to take his destiny into his own hands. And sky is the limit.
Yes.
Don't settle for less. There be out try say we are Juma oh and a boy where do it too known and on one or pack as somebody dream big, talk big, and do things big. God bless you.
Power to the people. Thank you so much, Honorable.
This is YFM. This is YFM. This is YFM.
Honorable, is it because the information around how to go about doing business and making real money isn't available to the youth, or per your experience, they just don't want to listen?
The perception, unfortunately, in this country, I'll be blunt.
Be very blunt.
This perception that Sikedro is there when we're growing up, it was there. But the person who worsened the situation, I'll be blunt with you, was ex-President Rawlings.
Why so?
He made people lazy and over-dependent on government. Because when he came, he killed and collapsed successful Ghanaian businesses in this country. Allow the ordinary workers like you and Edward Boateng, your workers here, Rawlings will kill Edward Boateng or let him run away from this country and allow the workers to run the business. You don't know the thinking that went through for him to establish this radio station. So when it is given to you overnight,
you won't be able to run it.
Precisely. So they had CDRs, PDCs, and they'll be singing. We not go sit down making cheaters every day. No, walai. Rawlings created the impression that the owners of the businesses were cheating their workers.
Wow.
And they took over. And everything, he indoctrinated Ghanaians to extend that everything was government.
January, EBC, Samri, and some more comfortable meow. One sunny warning, a bromako benum, mebwa, Ewofia, send some more comfort Mahama, Yerabo meow, a year Fidie Biswa, a year interna, a year party in Indiano, a more rem. Na yet I chinabi, obi sorrow croma, and ya papa munyai or munyai. Yati, and now Menoka say, a botua. Ko internal party financier ni station awiai ubatin sema umbe kanfa ba omia ho meme dia tie omo ha omo ye adwuma o gidigidi pa ba ande no platform no me kase be chen wudan mu hai omo ye adwuma ya ye di sisi ame ba omo ho me fa ante na me bai
ahefo ne
me se platform me kan platform me kasa bebuo me na me kan no bia dia ma no me se platform no me bai omo ho omo ye adwuma o e be kan wo studio hai enti a kina no me nkotena obi studio me nya sada ho ye nka ceasefire o e ho me nka nwem obi metena nka so obi anya ma nka o
unu apani chema untumi akasa
and
I say party no enti party a wo kwamba fo abronye wakwama nti
anu ntina me say ye nka ho asem na mom party leadership no monitor so mo party rese ne ekoso January ebesi samre omu ya yate omso omu ya meboa se kuo no nipa baako enka obia no ntum wo kuo no enne yi ubatin sama ebe kwaso wo mafidie no so me dia me say me platform na eba no ho ye nka ceasefire ye metena sen kasa obi anya ama nka o
chema
me ya do ma ending of this month platform no I am yam platform o
me da say
ana obi ni sikasa obi beto fidie ache obi o
atwunya nuri a ye mu
and I'm say I am yam platform o
me ka tse woni say unu apani chema
and I'm say Katira ne say mate a number maka obi asem Katira ne say
oye chairman of chairman a wo ka ho
and I'm say Katira ne say me platform no ya makasa me sorry o ye nsizi fire o
na wo your platform no bra na wo nu apani kasa say so oti
da mintie
so oti
say kuku anya ya tie before sana ye betie no kuku anya ya kika so nyai wo mon twan sama obi start January edi ba omiata chama ne beka zo binyai chama untum beka zo binyai
wona ni nua no
oh
wona ni nua
mena na ko mena wona ni nua no na ka se nyam nua no minim ni babia
wona obetimi aka cho
so no ka tense mintie
nti awusia cha kwambafo abronye eye bunu regional chairman Emma, the new patriotic party.
Oh, the Bemontuo.
So a man-TV and an abroad air come these are workers of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. She said, Omuye Juma on the 2 TV. And we are 2 o'clock beyond Omuye political talk show a friend assassin pay. Now, no, and I bring you say, man-TV a program now. Omo blasted by Umiao. And in Tina, me per se, video ana mante e kasafa ba umia ho say according to mante no say MPP mpanfo ni bi wo ha omo no omadwen mu no omo pese ba umia na eba enti omo hyehye nyema bia ma if you ba umia more than any other person or person or contest to be the MPP flag bearer. And so me pese e ko na e ko hwe mante ni program ni bi se na ya obo say abronye nsem na wo ka say Kennedy Agyapong na 2 TV no omo didi Bawumia ateno enokre anase enyenokre.
Me the video bi mayima minim say ready a omo turn na omo kon omo betu bass no empire honorable intimfo de ogina mu boy no obosa video ni chewa you know who is the leader of
producer madaro ma say video no aye ready a moma ye ne yahwefo ne yatiefo ye ni hu adance ye.
Our Father, dear Lord, we thank you and we give you all the praise and all the glory. The word declares in the book of Matthew chapter 17 verse 20 that if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, and he said to this mountain, be thou removed, and move here there, it shall be removed, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. On the basis of this word, O Lord, we declare your power, we declare your authority, that any contention against us, any enchantment or divination against us be removed in the name of Jesus. Any mountain of apathy be removed, and we declare that your blessings shall be with our leader, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his family, that you shall continue to strengthen him and catapult him to victory in 2028. We commit the team into your hands and the people that will be meeting, O Lord, that your favor shall be with us. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen.
Enti abusia empire bono eno no abet empire naba.
Safi wahu. Wahu se to mu ko nyina no. Obi en ho regard chairman in team as the leader. Honorable in team fojo. And Ojina Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't believe in Prophet Muhammad Mkobi. They say how the softwood nature no bomb man. It's empire. Reverend Tim Fojo airborne say, a call Mukoi. Nyame and come no more omulida. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and in a bush ya hobine. Said a mayor 2028 to Baby Winnie election. Wait a thank you talk and a campaign talk. And to so be that will be say a thank you talk, thank you talk, thank you talk. This is how anytime they are setting off they pray. And if you are not part of that agenda, they see you as an enemy.
I see a session to quad baby will be.
Yes. Oma imagine say anybody a bit no kwemu. Say, sa agenda na almost no. We have to clear you by fair or foul means. And only same who and no one abroad no asase or more.
Alright, so anano apology na chama to me the better Kennedy Agyapong no. Abronya babontin ene chirim say chama to should keep quiet. No nyaw suma na say onkopa Kennedy Agyapong a chawma. Abronya say you.
Yes, you're welcome to Rejoice Media TV. My name is DJ. I call me social media ambassador. And dafofra obade edi ama me ne wo. Enti se wo hwe me a bibia wo frɛ me wo hwe me free bia na mesrɛ. De di kan ye ma me mu nyina happy Mother's Day. Special one pa emfa ma ye ma me mu bibiara a wo yen. Ha oba bia wa wo onyanwo yo wa wo onyanwo yo. Oya ma me ti happy Mother's Day or happy potential Mother's Day to you. And then men chebe bre my mama hwe Honorable Kennedy Agyapong aside politics who he really is. Me shada na me see nsem no so yesi baby a obofo no bebo oya ade na oboye twene na obebo den pa na chese hoye den ehia no. So ati ase se wo hu afidie no so a no ma ye twa gu Ghana ha ye ni sam fidie ni bi wa ha. nipa wa ye bi apostle kwa Joseph na so wonya ntimi obi enya ntimi start se wonya sika di atobi Ghana fo sika ni ntimi nto ordinary person ntimi nto do Mahama krampo a ye president no okokoto obi a ode ba beduru a on se Mahama he is into farming wodi beduru afidi ni se ya na gise omokra ho no mafra buruchiri na aba chese oni bi wa akra ode ye den ode ye se adwuma no ode ye ho adwuma chese Ghana ya ka chi pa obi di afidi wo ye adwuma na wo kita so na wo da be na wotimi ne na ye den ayepe sa no man Kennedy akompro Japan se oba bedura obehwe na oman Ghana ye develop it se Cote d'Ivoire omoko mani mu abrabo mu no yes enti Mr. Kennedy kompro Japan kwame akompro Kennedy kwame akompro Japan let me put it that way enei Mother's Day koso fe Mother's Day anything na wodi we abeto no happy Mother's Day Kennedy woye maame esanso ye papa oye maami san papa o chale o hwe ne Kennedy Japan ye pa dia Kennedy Japan ankasa minim chese ono nyame ahira na abroso nti ase ade obe bia no nyame ahira ne mma nyame asen ahira ne sika mu nti o ya adoye kora mpo na ase o ye man broso so o ne mechire no nti Kennedy no o se nyina ye wo hye ne happy Mother's Day ye se ye dan Kennedy Japan oba cause the way our dream nipa hono dream nipa ho te se oba pepepe adwin ne ma hono yes enti happy Mother's Day from Honorable Kennedy akompro Japan mesa sa wo hana wo ye maame a fa number na the streams na frɛ wo ye maame obesa wo frɛ na oba be ka bibia mesa fa number na frɛ na wo hye oba onua ebi happy Mother's Day fa number na ye den frɛ na mo menhwe ne eyi mo menhwe ne cars yi eye jawajo oyi kwan na to mama nsuo na ba begu na wo san gu fertilizer so yeden eka ho we obede na duban enye yi yenhwe poultry farm yenhwe you potato edua hwede wi omo ye emrofo ye omo djuma na kwabrane di ni sisi ebede na emo nkokora ntem hwe we anka ya fa apafo be ye nan we de hwe tractor ba ko pehwe adjuma ye enti enomo bi wo ho a mo men ka no kora nkyere ye ho se nti ye mpanyimfo yi ya timi nyisika koto pampers ultimi ye nyisika koto pampers we be chama nkola skana edi koto pampers no se skana timi bie factory eye pampers o Ghana na so kwabrane se wompene ma ye nyika factory no ha obekwa akomane pampers na afira buruchiri na odi aba Ghana ye ehu yi ana ye se ye ho Kennedy abreso me pacho who born dog eno no emfa sa ankrofo na omunye se ska no efiri importation o musika no hwe fertilizer na ye yi no nso Ghana ye import fertilizer fra buruchire ba Ghana abra fertilizer betimi aye bi wa nanka aye fofo makuafo nanso ye nye misro fa number na frɛ na bra dwumadi no so na ye ni nkomo frɛ na bra dwumadi ni nkomo ofra na ye nyina ye di nkomo na abronye along the way ye hu se wo kasadi tia Kennedy akompro Japan papa na vision ewo ni timo pese obeboa na Ghana fo nyina mesere mo emamu so abronye atamididie no so because oman no be yeye no kwame nkroma penso kora na amanfo mpe nkroma ase bi mu mpe nkroma ase beduru nne enti nipa papa bia nipa bone woni nchen so wate ase ene yenya nipa bone wo kurum so a oman ni nye yie se yenya nkrofo omo ye abone fo okuru no ma okuru no nye yie because o ya de bone omo na beka o papa ya wo ye na omo nhwe ni o be ya be ye bone na omo be criticize aka bone na akire so wate ase saa ka o ye si wonti ntimi nye bia na ye betimi aye ni etimi hwe ni eburu aye hwe eburu afifiri kama ene Ghana edu eburu kura nsuo nto enti se irrigation na Kennedy akompro Japan ka ho asem nsi ya mfa ya nya nkoso ni anya ebeduru na next 5 years no Ghana kompa ni bisia akom eni bisia amanfo start ya mo build omo ho no na ye de ya adwin ni ho kwan be fa so nyi sika di ene ye hwehwe ana men so nkotie asisa me jamfi akwakoche edisen agrada sika wa ma agrada sika wa ma agrada dollars enye hiafo na ye nya enye sika na ye ni bia $800 sebi mani says manusisi mina so ke sika ben $800 na ye ja adwuma ehuma a whole platform na man for the kan ho ase $800 e sika ben same jamfi sika na o de koye mama me kyerem ase agrada so de ndc for atem saa so mo de ne ka ndc for de ne ka adan o mo de ne ka o se an o mo ba beje ne dan e de ye mu program omu wie no denta no wa ndc ntin wa wanjo omu hwe omu so ama no hwe na che se ni sika ne na yi nyina light bill bia aboneka enti otena radio so ba bi onya Jomahama bia no wadi na tem eno koshia Samijamfi na Samijamfi ka se eye bebi ya so no eye ji sika enti sika na okan ma no eka na omodine na okan o na ode ma no na mom agrada ani brisika nti ena o se ene aka na Faso so na ohwim free Samijamfi nsem na Samijamfi nyanya na adwen so ode ma no we mu twene tankru aso ekwan ehia na ehia yen momenji ntum o man ye ehia fo ye build ehia fo o man mu sanse wonu akoso na eye wo ya enti wo mpese wonu abekoso de bia nye yes amasa oh abibifo eye o eye nsase ne de da o man fo bebre na so ne ye dua duman kro nye yi sanse emfidie o se ye dua na mpanfo ni nhwe ho ena timamfo se ye de politics agi anim ena nipa obebo nipa no ne ye dinatem se ne be ya chese abonsanfo mu kuruma no modoso abonsanfo mu kuruma modoso chale kozo utie Kennedy Japan asem pa o kan ya esikafo nipa kakra bi na etimi abekire kwan mfaso nyesika nipa mahu omo amaka bi ayeye adwenyansa wompa wutimi fade ye adwuma ma ne ye adwuma eye Kennedy Japan ne cheda Kennedy Japan ne cheda nko ana ye se adwuma na magana fo wutimi trans na wuti odi a mebo eminim se nipa bebre enya adwensachera ewo kwan mfaso nyesika ho obi si an Kennedy say oda sore na bompa say ehia ode ne ekoye farming eye nokre because enoma ede ye farming we no wonni bi ahia na bedo ena duro ba ko aye de boost spring eye 150 Ghana cedis baby 100 cedis baby 120 Ghana cedis so we me kire no sekan aye de dofu sekan de dofu nko say chiche na my Ghana mu free no sekan no ebi nam 60 Ghana cedis ebi nam 70 Ghana cedis ope papa agise okita 100 Ghana cedis odi do for ma odi twa ade na abu akuyani ne be de nyesika to afidie kafu ye de boost spray ene mo men kohwe no bo fertilizer ne bo ye sen e wo market enti se nipa na to bebe se 500 acres anasa odi emfa na 100 acres ya grana for do sen team do 100 acres yemfa se nipa na do be 20 acres ana mo okonkurase sika for no mo ne team do 20 acres o mo amaka na de ontimi ndo so what I say wado 20 acres na so kwakoto fertilizer bag bia 500 Ghana cedis and how the infant say fertilizer bia kran 400 Ghana cedis 400 yen calculate me da na me calculation on 400 Ghana cedis times 20 saying okuyani na oniska no 400 Ghana cedis times 20 Ghana cedis 20 yes and times 20 no na 1 acre bia kora efa bag na 3 sena bruni be ya 3 times and we be 4,000 no what times say by what mama calculate ya den mama enie 20 times 400 enie 8,000 meboa 8,000 1 acre bia be fa the saying ebe fa 3 bags yem fa multiply by 3 saying times 3 saying 24,000 ohiani na ono no ye fu owo akurase no wonu be na nye sika 24,000 akoto fertilizer atego e de akwakugu onya enti obe ne normal ayi onya dodo na otimi aba benya sika e de afiri ne hawmu saa hawo nyina enka yempanyifo dadwen ho kra enka ho so ne mechire no timamufo no so nye worried because they are used to it ebo ambo yemfa ho ye kura fidie we kura wo de ba obi timi be timi di we ye politics ka kire say afidie obeduru be kunimba afidie oba beduru pe emwo e wofo mu kura be kun mo obi kura be ka kire say afidie we ye di aduru e den ahye because ye nye obi o kan say pampers na ye di aba no Muhammad ya yesika duru wo ne mechire no kire ya adwen no ye thinking capacity no I say ye ho adwuma men ka say ye ndwen papa o ba politics na di tirim dodo enti Kennedy akompra kwa Japan de 2028 oba meme dem sisi Kennedy Japan 2028 onko kofa na kwa me bedi akono fa me ne bedi akire Dr. Muhammad Bawumia me pa chama adwen kire na me kire opa betime di matem no akọ ba bi e free bonto aha no kire wa adwen wate ase aha Dr. Muhammad Bawumia nyese metan no me yo ye bia mani so na mum at this moment no ne na ado ba be duru on be ye omo adwuma na Ghana fo anju omo antum omaye omo de awi a momma obi obebie adwuma ma sei digitalization wo de aba adan mo sisibi free searches maye bi and momma obi o no so be bie adwuma anya den emra because ye kasa embie adwuma pa dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia entimi mfa no hontoto Kennedy Agyapong Kennedy ye nim se obi adwuma so ate ase eniti ka Kennedy akompre ko Agyapong ba be duro na obe president na field na ewo ma IT ni digitalization Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko board chairman na say board leader obisi watching you live from Accra, thank you very much. Enti Dr. Muhammad Bawumia onkonko ye board director e digitalization aspect ene mate say Accra ekoduru airport amanfo sala me pacho ndis for mesramo John Dramani Mahama momu ngunu ani ma se momma digitalization na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye ne mbramfa so mesramo ndis for sa no mana mo ye munyai na munhweza mangu Mahama ani ma se momma digitalization nya adwuma na amanfo ntimi nye den and pass it through because na no me kokohwe wakwaku sikro kofa bag no it take you be 2 hours ansa na watunya bag ansa na watumi akwakofa ka akra masa dabi mon follow Dr. Bawumia na Mahmoud Bawumia no enti Bawumia ye nyini nsinche me pacho Bawumia supporters wa muntie se Kennedy wene power Kennedy de ne so bebie ndwuma na kwa mebedi akon wono no adwuma no wa bia ma wa yete se Kennedy ntini nua panyini Kennedy Agyapong Kennedy no sese no wa ye mere kakra. And this first, but Chada de Ujana or drive across the country within 3 days. Obeko and to Kennedy be in Jumanacha de Shasso. Kennedy be nature de Shasso. Said Nanado Kofa Bawumia no be any mono, no can pipi on meboa. Aha, and Kennedy so Kofa Bawumia and Anaquan be aqua, any news. Ghana ye yen a eden, yes, and to Kennedy a compra ko Japan, Kofa Chada, money man and running mate. Muti, Kennedy be a Jumana, Chada and Shasso. Cheda so die awurade nyankopon che se Kennedy ne cheda ka boma mesika na anye te se USA a mo metwa miti Kennedy Agyapong ne cheda ka boma na se Ghana anye yie pa dia na che se ya bo mani dua no krepa na meka cho cheda ne Kennedy Agyapong ka bom no mu bie ndwuma ma mabuna Ghana fo wa buruchire nyina beba ye nje obia che se adamudi ansa na obie adwuma Ghana for person be bie ndwuma o Ghana nanso wo bie a politician ne kora jiw sika ansa na wa makwan mo akwa register o company wa makwan mo aba be yewi wo wia na o je ne chefa obeda mo wa ye den aye adwuma so eti Kennedy akompra kwa Japan the MPP for na masota amudi atamisremo mo twitwi break mesremo mo twitwi break because o ye da ache hene Kennedy Agyapong ye da ache hene enye da ache tintintin bia 2028 hene menkane sa 2028 na obabe yo hene no enti mesramo monhwe no mangu na nimase na Kennedy supporters no so monhwe no obi ankasa ntia Bawumia because Bawumia Kennedy bawene a digitalization yehia se farming ye beye bia no yetimi nya drones yetimi supply edro na pesticides ne sa anoma no ni nyina firi because Bawumia koraba na o se man adwuma obetimi aye na entontom kura magana because uko yike na sefo a enzu onso entontom ni ho o se etimi nya nduru a yebo se ne polio mo se tete no yare bi by friend a polio no by na mo bo nduru ntia na plane ko supply aduro di gunsuo mu nsu etene Kennedy Agyapong be president a wo born dog so obekwa kwa galamsi no ase yensa ase awurade nyankopon Kennedy ankasa me boni din na ase mani age na ase me yekese ase na me huhuru ase na me ho yekese chese chale me ba cho hwemi asostra na share ma ate ase Kennedy Agyapong me say wa wutie be no pese obadwuma di ni so fa number no 0240778682 enyanso say ye campaign mintie anka ebranyanso say ye campaign Kennedy Agyapong empese betena TV so say na ye campaign social media na ye Kennedy be say obi anim say Kennedy Agyapong the whole Ghana politician wo Ghana nyina including Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Bawumia ye papa John Dramani Mahama mi anko no me ofa John Mahama bibia wo bia pia Ohene wo president me pese me bo dia ha wa adwen the president na ye o man ye dumso ne de onkrofo no mo Ashanti region kasa kire o na dumso na no den ye nto aso including John Dramani Mahama plus Jami Jamfi Asiedun Ketia omu nyina Canada Japan ni politician okana kro Ghana on record omu nyina Canada Japan ni obi okana kre pa politics mu e wo Ghana na epo obi okana kre dia ani enkofa atrofo no medie so mamenka secret nkyerɛw MPP mpanyimfo bi mo menyanka sa MPP mpanyimfo ya akromfo mepacho menyanka sa mo bia ngima no nsi bone bloggers na mo bia nkofa sa na DJ say social media ambassador o say MPP mpanyimfo ya akromfo mo nya akromfo mesere mo o mo nimdie pa ba mo tie ne American mo tie ne American Canada akompro kwa Japan eye obi a corruption ni sika na wanya na pure money pure money watwi taxi da waye yes obeko pipim mo mu twi taxi ni so mo e ba cho mo a network no my magic some man ate akọ mo hwe yi nyesa mebo mu dua me de enti we wuti oba bi na waje so be man network na ate akọ se na no mo ye me na mebo mu dua enti me di dua abo ato ho ye nto aso yes se mu suru dua abo enti mo jai enti ye nto aso Canada akompro kwa Japan so obedi MPP anima na obedi president a ye ma contract se koye kwan ye ma contract se koye bibi na wanya obem ya chewatum se obabedi party anim na se ono no ma minister omo appointment na okache se koye adwuma woji contract o man ni sika na wamfa nkokoye obechewatum o man fa sika no kogu aburuchire eni nti na omo mpe na asem no because akwa we di omo sisi obedi anipa yewu muntie akwa we obedi anipa yewu Kennedy akompro kwa bon bedi anima yewu because asem bi obeka no kore na kire Ghana fo obeka no kure wo ma kire Ghana fo na ebasa asoso dia ene na etiati wo enti ye po obi obe yo man ni ya na obi oye po obi obe mo amanfo abokro no party no ene ye mo po obi oka no kore dia oye Canada Japan enyame na me ka kire the whole Ghana Africa obi anim se Canada Japan on pentro oye politician na odi no kore no ka no kore eniti ni party for no kora mpe na asem party for mpe na asem ni say party for ni bi wo hwa me pa cho meba Canada Japan asem se na monhwe car na ekono car na do afu no car na esan boost spray so hu ya me kire no aha enu bi na ye hwehwe no man Ghana mu na dia yeku adwuma na mana koso yi Canada compare kwa Japan ye obi a even within the parties no inter parties no both MPP and NDC so obi kwachi contract na se wontimi nye contract no na se ohwana ne ho ya ba asem pe no Africa Canada misrew obi nkotojo omo mu ko Canada fi o masa line nye ayifo nko politicians MPP NDC o mu nyina akọ Canada yesrew contract we de me na me kwaji na so wanya ama me mani begu ase Canada misrew no omo ko bu nkotodwe o mu timi kwa na omo akọ ne yere kora ha akọ sere no na ja Canada ahomoburu nti no se mate me kwa akoye no akọ contract ne de ama omo no makwaji omusika omoji anaja o mape kakra de ma o no Kennedy obi okro de ba so wo fa no Kennedy na koye contract na ma omo so woni amekire no enti omusisa papa we di obedi anima Ghana be koso e ba sa politicians omo Ghana so about 60% krono nko a about 60% krono nko because yemi say 4 years e na utimi di sidan abrosan be 5 abra na wa abanya ma party mu na we su pick up ya e kwa na e fa achia pick up no e fa achia ba wa ban ba so pe aban no munya nso president ni hin krampo no wakwa kwaje Land Cruiser unya sika no wan Ghana for ya muma yimbisa questions ni misas identity amanfo tan Canada Japan identity Canada Japan ni nipa kwakuwa 90 ho no okasati a Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia the future board chairman for IT centers okasati ano pe oyi na di because when say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ye obi a nimdie wonu mu man no ho so he's so humble, he's so good. Me personally, me Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia sempa. Ope Bawumia sema on pena asem seme. But nkrofo no mo twa ne ho ahia no ontimi control mo. Canada Japan de betimi control mo. Enuti Canada ba Bawumia kura ho ato no. Because anya sa mo di Bawumia begu MPP. No maka che sai ena mkofa Bawumia ba na obegu MPP. Ena MPP ko onwe ne. Na so mo this. No mo ye na ma Bawumia nya den. Enwe ne. Eden na Bawumia ko campaign ma ko base NDC for e de akohia ne se na be ya nipa no be hu se nipa dawson final rally no obi gina se open nokre ezu you see enti misramo Canada akompra kwa Japan ɔse campaign anson ye nti yenhwe party ne nka bom sanse ɔno no kra we ne na se Bawumia nkrofo ameto aba enya de obeye den obewe ni tinam ka chese mu nyina ma mu nkasa ntia Bawumia nkrofo enidi ukoto se Bawumia nkrofo didi Kennedy Agyapong time ja mu no mu didi na tem amu didi na tem kora nkohwe Bawumia de ne ye be man board chairman ye be man be da board CEO a oda board so odi ni nim die digitization no ye be build no man ni nyina mu because idea ne say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a potential president or ye president adachi ye be hia no MPP mu enti no ye mana ye njuma amanfo bekasa Kennedy Agyapong baaye no o ma Bawumia kwa na monhwe adwuma Bawumia ye ene na chese na ado tam no ma man opportunity sa aho na amanfo be start agi Bawumia di enti Bawumia be gina ma one time pa no wa we ni because adwuma na Ghana fo aye Ghana fo building njuma na wie na kwa be di akone Kennedy Agyapong aka bo mu bibie njuma petroleum city chese industry Ghana ya nika ye gold no so de NDC for so ya de omoto na ado ne Bawumia administration so nti gold ye benya bebregu ho nti ye seed no eba benya ho de ati asin US dollars won se unya ni papa partner wo man so a seed ni ho be yedin afi Ghana benyi sika afi Ghana fo ntu kwan ko ye hwe oba bia because akola ye be wo no kora betu anaka akola ye be wo ne ne ye be state etu anaka woni ma de ntia ye ma no dwetre because Kennedy sorry a odi yaw nanu ya okwa abronye kuroma abronye koko didi na tamo no kuromi na okoro uni ma ahwe ho semesie papa bi o ya MPP ni na o ye koko krachi na sebi onya yare ne nani eden aha nani amse yare ne ye friend glaucoma na sesen ana odi ni su sire na okoko sire Kennedy se Kennedy mesere boame na sese die me dan so apa me penchance packet 5 pe awurade nyankopon Kennedy akompra ko Agyapong nyamenhira wate ase nyamenhira Kennedy nyamenhira o dabi Kennedy Agyapong kasankasa wo nipa ben Kennedy ma wonhira ni bi nsome so because so wonhira ni bi bedame so a chale DJ ma wie wade ase asema me kan yen ntro na media wo de ma menyi video no nkyerɛ Kennedy akompra ko Agyapong kokohia papa wi na papa wo yokokohia na won de ayini suru o de mama audio no tiro mama audio no kire na tie me bo audio natural because of copywriting me bo audio chi no watie
the next 75 million it is kind of 7,500
yes enti papa no demand for only chance packet 5 mama fanto so na hwe papa ni demand for only chance packet 5 ena papa ni eden e demand for ena o se the Kennedy Agyapong was it with a heartfelt food of gratitude visually impaired man thanks Kennedy Ohene Agyapong for 7,500 and roofing sheet support obisa na chance packet 5 pe Kennedy said dabi papa wo ya MPP ni ana wote go so ana sabi yare nti wani efira na wo hu hwe ana wa besere me chance packet 5 enya me ton chance na ma na mase ya ma usika 7,500 because in chance nkonti me modern so fama nkrofo no mo bodan so fama free sani pawi MPP for so mo mpe no mo pe hwan nipa we MPP for so mo pe hwan Allah wallahi enti MPP for aba beti ase se Kennedy akompre ko Agyapong e obi obetimi abeje MPP party na si wo na obebie kwama Mr. Digital Man Mr. No Ilevi Mr. Obank obetwa Ilevi mu anso ya ma no kwan ena mahama betwam timi pa cho Ilevi nka Bawumia ba kra ba yanko betwam Bawumia ye be prebie kwama ama no ye be bie ndwuma ama no ai bi de minim se Bawumia ya humble because obi kan asema on be reply enti Ghana de se obi kan asema one reply che se o ya humble enti me de se na minim no enti yenu be ma God's ambassador thank you very much for your comment obetimi de o comment aba enti Kennedy Agyapong beji power no abiebie ndwuma no acha kromfo ni nyina enti wo ya NDC ni na me pa acha wo wie sika hwe ni yi because 2028 Kennedy Agyapong ne asie ni nkatia de Ghana de obi anim se omu nyina ntimi kasa nanso so Kennedy kind of correction asie ni nkatia asie ni nkatia na se wa kwota parliament ayedin se na be ya amanfo nkase Kennedy eba waka nsem enti ni message a waye no old yi nyina atin se wa mamanfo delete Johnson na siri nkete mamanfo enti so o kasa wo hwe ne kasa yi na o manfa bia metag ne se Kennedy nanso so boa miami ofa ne wasiri nkete miami ofa no nso so ofa we die wa woni mo we die oboa ma Kennedy medi ne die nwie sere ma Kennedy mebie ndwuma na Kennedy bebie ndwuma wie president obeba bia no ho beto no na ntwie wo ho wakọ toilet na wayi ne na jana agu ho no hwe afidie yedi pian kakra yedi pian se wi afidie wo ho a yedi koi ka bom na abeda na fertilizer umpe wo upadien wosi yankofa fertilizer pampers ne nasefo emfira buruchire mra na de bia amanfo nya sika adi amanfo nya sika wia de ye mo obi contractor na koje Land Cruiser de ye mo obi contractor na kokoto dan foforo amanfo aton mo dan omunya position o masen akoto dan be mi unu miensan nan sami jamfi $800 na mo kan hwase mesere mo mo kasete jam sami jamfi no mo twaso na me kura de aya na me kan asem bi se me pese empanfo no o ma nipa na appointment a o ye na emam nipa bokro no me aya na me kan okoro kire nipa straight away wo ma nipa na appointment onim se oniska pesika bi mano pesika kakra mano nipa no ono so emfa start adwuma no sante ko nanim kakra so what ase wo ma niska afi na okokoyi se afi na okoyi oyede no nkoje bosia ye mo ye mpanfo ni ndi yie na opanyi di yie azu be di yie me nkrofo na ya na mo support ya na panyi di sika panyi ye se me ya me no mo nya adwen masa mpanyi die ne ndafom ohia na hia ye ntianka ye den MP eba na ka MP nam police ni nka no abra onim se wo contest no so no mpanyfo nipa mi ne koye wo ye chitafo obi kuratimi koto no abutu aku protection na ye mfa ma police for on MPs on to say you ku MP ansa na yes ye di protection mo ye mpanyfo ho ban na ye mbu omo mo ye respect omo mo ye ndi mpanyfo atem na uti social media na udi upanyi atem a daachi ube ye panya apese ye nya oden so enti Canada Japan emre bi etwa ma ebi okasa ma ebi eti ankrofobia ene no wonkasa saa bi na eyam no na odi kasa wo eyaw nipa ne party ya de enya obeka ne party enya de eya enya obeka opposition party eya de eya obeka mompe ne pakro na mope hwan ne obewia mo monkofa ne mo de mope ne obewia ma monkofa no abro nye di atem na se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ntimi an call him to order e de na chese obeye president a nkrofo bi wie ade obetimi akole omo nanu ye free obi se oye party bi chairman o tu galamsi ye free na ye radio so no wo didi amanfo atem se an omo ye mema amonye den omomra ade ya na aban na aba so hu Canada ya kompro ko Japan ni so ya fire okra sen ya de wabetena TV so enti misra mo minu am Ghana fo ani diem moma enfa Canada Japan mra 2028 se se die mo obi ankasa ntia NDC moma mo nya adwuma NDC nya adwuma sika no kro mbe wie bia enye ye beka ho asem uwie sika de ye beka na mo benyi sika na de be ya de papa ye ni hu problem enti menu mo NDC fo mo kasa tie sa me jafi mu nya abotre ye hia na mo de kasa sa ya ho kire na wo man mu na se na ye nyina ho to na wo be $10,000 wo account mo bi 800 a edi ma obi a onko kasa so what ase enti muma yi nyina yenye baako na mum Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne chita afo me se munya abotre Kennedy ebebie djuma no se Bawumia nima djuma bi menya hu Bawumia djuma da se bia woni Bawumia djuma da otimi akache Bawumia menya hu so obi company da Bawumia metimi akase mahu ni company da Canada Japan enti o mebie djuma Ghana fo ye mpehwe biem brofo Canada so ye pa djuma akuafo petratex ni ti sesei district assemblies bia no ye di we bi kwa komomo adwuma no so a ekosi wafom a budo se be di me ekokututu nua ni nyina we ekọ one at a row no edo eka baako row na ede ekọ nti ebesi wa wasase ne 100 acres kra sisi ana eden ado awie next time na ekọ baako fo district bia ye mfa mfidi we be 10 kogu eno ano no wo ye wie a abane nji uske wo ye wie a abane be kreti warehouses waburu na obebu no esande afidie kwa kobu ama wiye na aban na yeden ato afa yenye food security aban betimi ato waburu no opekro odi begu o gold ye betunu wo ye broni kura na betu gold a Ghana fo na yeto ye pane aton ye peso na yeden ye die gu afa mpanfo ni benye sika ne aye ne omope ye mpanfo no mo bro president fo no mo bre a special finance minister jiso omokura kwa mfaso bobo suan kura menim awutum so mu jisu aduru kwa mfaso nyisika pa bobo suan na odin enti yem force na yem wo mpanyimfo no mpanyimfo nso bre wo akola na utim kosu kire panyin na panyin susu kosu wo su kire hwan ade ba kwa ya na nhwe no yem mpanyimfo wo na ministers wo na MPs wo na Ghana ho adwinti so enti mukoko fa president a onu onni links no ntimi nkreti adwuma we di na adwenkyere ba na odi atum ebi na obi ba ya tourism yanko kan ye say ayie na ye kwakọ ye di ayie be tourism che say ye na ye bo amanfo kana wuti ho a week bia ye na ukobo bosua wo ho na ukopam ntare a ye pese ye nteso na emfa mbe hye adwuma mu no amanfo se ye mfa nye tourism we Kennedy kokan mo se waka sembi wo ha ne kan ya nso so abraye wo epoda ho ena amanfo na eto ball agum within the tesi wo Amstead University ene me wish you happy potential Mondays day na exams na wo ye ne Nyankopon bo ana chise bibia anye de enkoyi ma so what ase obedi no ye ntimi antohwe ama na nso so Nyankopon be ye bompai na DJ akimi sika na minto champagne ba ko ma wai enti mi fa konya wo so wa odi birthday bia wo hwe me bia no me wish you happy birthday me ma so me wish you happy Mother's day ana Ghana fo nyina me wish you bia ma me happy Mother's day because maami bia ye maami o ya ba ya krompa ye ni abaye maami awe ho sem ni say ene Ghana ye dian nti amabunu ntimi nware Ghana ye dian amabunu ntimi nware ayefro ye tintin okwakọ ware a wuntimi nware aho kire nti amanfo be wo basa won say ne mranti ni kunkun maya no aho kire ba oman no mu omunya adwuma nye adwuma obaye kuraje so otu esika ansa na akoye maame kan yo comment ni bi na ye nto aso kin kin chom 2020 okay obi say kin aduchum onabo aduchum oh my boss onabo baby a obi a salute onabo baby a obi a salute yes onabo aduchum so se no ye pese bie ntuma no kra ni say onabo aduchum de Kennedy ba bedura akobetima atwusu no but ye mabu na edi Kennedy ba nti ye na eche Kennedy ni onye ni obeboa Kennedy amana ye ade ni say onabo aduchum ye de ne beto education ano ono education egu ni trim ti education minister ne de me ba che Kennedy ba na aduchum education minister na hyensa ana education ministry no ono ne be ye board chairman ye de amamu nyina CEO obe make sure say education be koso so what you say but ye de na kwa me be di akocheda beta Kennedy ye Japan because of njuma kon ye fesu bie njuma sa nkrofo mienu na yi omuti omu bie njuma nti na ado de ba omia bae se o meye economy misaya dia na ye se Kennedy Japan so de cheda ba na ono so be economy misaya ono no economy no ni economy ni practical anye buku mu ni die ni bi Kennedy bie njuma na wahwe so se njuma ne be ye njuma so what you say Kennedy die ni se odi investors ba because o nya daje nko runs nko hwe cheda so be nya daje 24/7 ni private jet bi eden e di ama no so what you say ono aka se woni sika dada cheda no woni sika dada enti Kennedy Japan onkonko fa o mani sika nkotola increases enyusu ono ni sika be yusu enti munti logic plan ye yusu no ha no ono be yusu ni card ya campaign ono be yusu ni card as a presidential convoy ono na beto ni petrol enti o mani mmoka ye yusu adwen wa hawo na kwa mebedi akon ono be yusu ni cars ne cars no kro ontimi nka ontimi like ontimi yusu enti ono be yusu ni cars ono be yusu ni petrol so what you say enti o man no sa ka na wo ho ni nyina no afiri ho so ne me kire no enti enum mum ne be bo man Ghana because see am fa ho adwen say am fa ho adwen na say ya anhwe ni ya obehwe ne ye be kwa akobo ka bi oeden wo baabi enti wo say so ye fa ho adwen esu mpanfo no kakra enti nana kwa mbedi akọ economy ni ye practical thing so what you say Kennedy emfa investors ni mra ombie njuma cheda kwa around kwa yese njuma no ma ya wie okono nipa ne nyanwe ya fire no na yensa nchini ntum Ghana be straight emra be ya njuma krono koso biem wahu ni amekere no nti afi o manu mu ba be ya enika ahotoso beba ajuma be den ebeba so ni amekere no nti ebema bibia eden akoyie enti Kennedy Japan de me ba cho se wo ana se wo Kennedy Japan ho testimony a ani die ma na wa frɛ me Number ni 0240778682 and 0542914775. Frey na nya wonim fa Kennedy Japan ho no. A wususu so be president Ghana be gine tomapa efira. Ne ya firi nkwaso mu no. Me pa cho frɛ naka. Na meti ha die Kennedy Japan din anakwa mbedi akodin na minim se ombetimi dia save oman wen. Na omo amwo so die ye beka borofo ye be yese ye be yese obi abeye ne die na mo ombetimi age oman we yesi wona meka ho asema kiro because obeye adwuma na law no nya adwuma discipline oman no mu a enya adwuma nti o se discipline ebe oman no ene police krompo wonnam na se wonni licenses na wonnam na wo kwa betimi yusu Ghana ka da twika saa wuduru wa na apekakra because police ni a wono bo ho ban wote ho no wote boda won police ni a woda ho no wote boda wote nwuram no o chese oye adwuma so won ne me kire no saa nipa na etua ne ka ikutua ne ka kakra bi ebe na obi man bribe awonje ebe na obi man bribe awonje ebe na obi man bribe onje obeje a police for more Ghana and ye tu omuka 20,000 kura na ye den mentiasi police ni security man soja ni owote woman mu utua ne ka wusime kotua ne ka ketua bi entimpa inform to aya munzuro wafa security obo ho ban security wusime tua ne ka 3,000 Ghana cedi ontimi fa oge mfa nkwa abonten wafa security wafa obi adwuma wusime tua ne ka 1,005 na awurade nyankopo Ghana for soldiers for ne police for me pacho me bom nsem mamo moya ade nipa ni nya adwuma bia wo de bia wo kwa adwuma police ni madam for police ni bia minim no by this time chese okwa adwuma we say so on me kire no na so makatua ketua bi yenhwe ho because omani ni ade a ogina so ade enya sika oko Arab ne na se for mu tam sika de tuo bi ka ensuro because sika na bi go bibre ba we de bosia na ekogide tuati teachers for a mo kire ade teacher di na katua ye hia menyi ni se teacher ni bi wo Ghana wo kire ade o primary na katua duru 10,000 Ghana cedis teacher ni bi ani ho enso se yetua ma mo ye san be de o mo ka ye ntua mo ka nduru 5,000 krampo na so amane san de o mo ka na teacher ni abu nkotodwe patch o mesire wo na okogina class ade na obekire edien pa na okwa akokire na akola na nya bi afa enti Ghana fo munsuro empanfo ntemoto munsuro aya munsuro da bio security fo mabati kase ya mugina ho a enkrofo mo didi aduro ubo mutu okro munwi enti omudi mocha aya munsuro mummo mo akatua fia na mu wonnim so beje bribe no waseti ku against you ana munsuro media menye ne omebe kama na ya na mi ka kiro ne me kama o man na age no nkwa na meka because we are all victims and then so kiro for abu Ghana so kiro for bibire bloggers ne kora ya adwuma senche kiro for enka na mother radios no omkoji payola mo ji payo me o radio da bia na me no mutwa so obi wo he talented abrante timbet na kiro ho sa mbe man time be 3 minutes ade wontu ya payola omo mutu ya payola utimi sa abrante enkoyie na so ye be na tena ho man more time ohianti ena bloggers na dozu be brenti munsuro politician ti enyam like aya munsuro me pa cho aya munsuro me papa mo ye mpanyimfo leaders no ahemfo politicians me pa cho bloggers na dozu boys ni nya adwuma nya mo nyina gu social media me pa cho munsuro munsuro like I said like we need tears of joy like we a serious mesra eyemi ya na me dey sire no eyemi ya because John Romani Mahama oba ya na me ka say me ofa John Mahama amfa so me ofa John Mahama baby duru ya na me ka say me ba cha obi ka say na ofa John Mahama say na tie abonofo ye ofa ne siremfo abonofo bia na omo fa say mu no siremfo because a siremfo no mo ba bunu man mu no mudi kan bi dura ansa no mo twema ba asante man ansa no mo abesia kɔ ɔmo be dura yɛ nkyɛn na ɔmo betena so what I say nti wobɛhu ɔmo ne yɛte hɔ a ɔmo frɛ ɔfa nti ɔmo wo yɛ ne isusa ne ne ɔmo nante ya nti wo siremdie bi a wo ɔfa no wo anka no saa na yɛawofo ka kyerɛ sɛ ne bɛyɛ respect ɛbɛba hɔ nyɛ saa wobɛka sɛ wo me pani no anasɛ me libra no a like ebuo ni hɔ so nti yɛde ankle na yɛden ɛto ɔma bunofo ne nordness no nti wokodu bunu ne northern region a yɛ na ɛhyɛ border ɛhyɛ border nti yɛ no yɛ from yɛ ɔfa mo so what I say asantini wutimi ne siremni nya adwuma agye sɛ wonye siremni obɛkoto sa ne sisi kura nya ne yada nti woni siremni tu kwa na ɔkasa obenye sika agye sɛ wa enkoku ho ɛha ho na siremni no obetimi ayɛ adwuma sen no kora ewo mu no because wutimi ne nya adwuma enti na siremfo mu nya sika no wutimi ne nya adwuma no ho ɔden sen what I say me a metuo me yema agye sɛ menim siremni ba akora bɛkɔ adwuma ɛne na akɔyɛ adwuma apon a me ne bɛyɛ apon na mɛba biduru mpom me a mɛti bi ahwia ɔmo nunuane ɔmo di ni the way ɔmo tete ɔmo na ɔmo weda no so what I say ɛnuti no Kennedy Japan yɛ obi a ne nisu adi hunu nyinaa ne sɛ ne mana wa wo ɔmo no ɛyɛ japade de ma no na mmom daakye bi obewu akɔ ne bɛka sɛ papa bi ba asase wɔ so ɔbɛwo bebree na mu wotimi biebie ndwuma akɛse de ato te sɛ kwame nkroma yɛ no na Kennedy no wasua bibia hu sɛ obie de to no de hyɛ aban adwuma yɛfo nsa a ɔmbɛma nanim agu ase enti wɔmbie adwuma no mfa nkɔnkɔhyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ aban deɛ obi a babu no wo ani so adi hu na fabra ɛde na ɔbɛyɛ na wayɛ de wabie adwuma de ama na amabu no nya adwuma nya na ɔmo nyinaa so akɔgu social media na woyɛ hwe obi tu ntaso to hɔ na obi tempomam na wa video na ɔde akɔto hɔ obi ye wei na wa video na ɔde akɔto mepacho munsuru empanyfo mepacho munsuru asɛm a wobɛka no na obi save de ato hɔ na wato computer ne hard disk wonsɛm a woka nyina na wama video de ato hɔ afei yɛfrɛ bi AI wo picture kora yɛtimi ma ne kasa wo picture yɛtimi de to hɔ na de voice ato mepacho mpanyfo nti munsuru sɛ mmabunu betimi akɔtɔn man Ghana Munturo se be kakra no ye de settle de beto mo so bebi amoko bia no ene mo girlfriends ni nyina mbehu mo the earlier you people take advantage na mo mamabunu na adwuma mo busua enset a businesses no ene be mo we solve because we krampo ye problem na so ye opportunity be ka che me ofa joma ma say ba wa aba no emabunu mo social media bebre comedy wo mo na radio for crime podi omo de nka omo na anam taage corruption akese because ono no story na obekwa akoye no kra ne boss to was posti we omo hwema owutimi the story ko omo mfa ma so what I say by social media for no ye ni limit tiu me pa cho omo mfa enka journalist for no ye ni limit bloggers ni ye ni limit ni ye pebia ye posti ye hwe na ye ni evidence na de allege ato ho sa na maka kire untimi fa yen kokot udi kokot krompo vise video na yebo ene ye di kire onye na kokko kan hwe entimi mpanyimfo yi mesramo ebia da achi meso mi ba benyi na mabebo akokora na metena ho na mehu so obi di matam ne mempe entimi mesramo ada emabunu na omo social media mo mfra omu nyina mo organize seminar mo education mo opportunity say casting kitwa uba kra na mbepe bia mo a omo de be ye adwuma okoye social media adwuma ya mo a obeye ni yie na wa mo man na konanim wa mo monetary site na konanim no na masen benefit nipa no ma reward no mabunu no be jai no ma mo post nude na sefo na mo post ade a enya abani timi frɛ no wa yeden wa final science mo organize classes amom maji obia social media handles name mo obia identity mo special identity card bloggers social media ministry no more create saade no social media ambassador mete ho mo de mo mfa me kra mo kofa Wodimaya mo mfa me kra mo kofa Dr. Like these people are there, you are not making use of them. Enti munsuro yo yate ebe kakra bi ebe sati cool against menka se ye be cool me pese me kire se some few boys ya mo betima site cool social media cool e dey against mpanifo and it will work because when the masses start calling for Ibrahim Traore yemfa ne dey example America for your maji so mo better no the whole world ye nyina demonstration in favor of Ibrahim Traore and no mutimi ma ye ne bibia so hu ne me kire no en na kire de tumi a mabunu na nya wo social media enti se obe make use of your social media ko China for social media TikTok ra no kokobọ hye na hwade obe no nkola no mani nkitenkiten omu hwe kora na omo de ye mfidie Ghana de no be kono obia sebe ye na ye to so nyame aboa ye wo maya amoto so Ghana for ye ma na de omoto so Africa for ankasa ye unique ye wo omo amoto so afianga akese amatundura am levels am sa nkrofo wi ete wo no mu biebie mo ha mu ade kire se ne be ya obi be send no coins obi be frɛ na abontin no asere no no wasend ni sika ana obi be money invite no de na kwa aburukyire ndi e mabunu no e maya no anajo obetena ho saa na aba ahomache for me pacho ho na sori anopa says ko adwuma betena ha na aba ahomache 5 am ansa na wada e TikTok mabunu nya adwuma nye momma saa de nya mo adehia de na mu nsuro because se nkrofo no tani gum so a mutiate ate enti yebeda me pen information mesra wo asembia betimi afre no aka fa Canada ya comproko Agyapong ho ni yakoye ma me read comment no yenu be ma na afia wusu a I say watching you live from Accra. Oh, thank you very much. Honorable Ken is the best choice to lead this country. Thank you very much. Me pacho comment to betimi de odi aba na men kan ma. God's ambassador boss Dr. Maumia is not humble as you people think, but just pretending because a humble and a good person will never behave like this. Hey, Mr. Dr. Mahmoud Maumia mean say why at Boni Bidia. Who say Wamana Yirako Bubu Canada Agyapong Adam for paradigm MPP financier baku ya bubu ni dan. Na the way bubu no utim say Wam bubu mo ya mafia. So what you say? But minim say na yire enye Baumia anti Baumia de mintimi kana asem Boni bia de e wo ha. Because ye kana asem Boni a Kennedy be president be den na digitization CEO ye be say create digitization ministry and I say IT ministry na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia da no tie be say man position and ya den na me kokansa na yagu nanim ase da bi misremu ani diem enti o say Ken Aduchum 2028 Ken Aduchum okay honorable Aduchum former education minister ono so ye good enti say Bawumia fa na po as a main nasa uja deputy ni dia na Kennedy so ba onkofa Aduchum. Aduchum is a fine gentleman. He's my mentor. He's a good man. In fact, Aduchum dia mitimi kan asem boni bia mfa no. Onabo Aduchum mitimi kan asem boni bia anya den emfa no ho. So ati ase enti na ne ewo mu no. Right, odin de Amalina me pacho wa utimi bia ko TikTok a hwehwe edin Amalina. Oye young lady a ono osanso ye nurse. Na otonjom asanso ma futuo misraw wokwa follow no na tie ne njom to no wo follow na ososo ama na hodin a odi betimi eden atonjom high rejoice media team misraw subscribe na share mine na wo subscribe yento credit wo share yento credit what you see na comment for free nti Lena nyamishira bibia will be a happy potential Mother's Day to you say ososo de wa hodin wo support me video bia na like I really like it. I love you. Okay, all right, bye bye. Enti yen koso na yen toaso na yen ye ejuma no Canada akompro ko Agyapong ne ho adanse edie ya kasa edie ade be kyen timisiraw number no 0240778682 sa wo adanse die bi fa Canada Agyapong ho afre na fabra se wo nsuro nko ade a usuro die a Jamaicans na Canada ye betena ha me pa cho me betena me nyandi obia tem me nyanka santia Bawumia me nyanka santia obia ya MPP ni even NDC for kra me nka santia omo enti misiraw wo so ko media no so a ye the same thing na atem didi ohoi emfa so bia emma to ahunu me kire no enka na esi NDC fo ne didi atem na so enne uti social media na wo ya ade na enya NDC fo mpanfo be frɛ so amegye mfi be ma mo afrɛ aka che se hey jane wo ye no endi atem enti esi atem didi na ya yare a NDC accept dia ba MPP so because the way among for timi di Canada Agyapong atem no ase wonim Canada Agyapong ase chese me dwe ho amante ase Canada Agyapong so da kro bia abako ni fie na amanfo asanline me ba cha omo nkonkoto abawo ebi kwaji na didi sika onyamfa Canada Agyapong onyamfa na adwuma na so omo kwaji samre ya me kase se omate se Canada beba netu a obekọ na ni party ho a omo twen na omaje omo ayere omusika okoduro so onye sika de mo bia Kennedy onye sika ne firi owie wasen abema party sika Kennedy Agyapong mesrew se obeto cars ama party na party fo beba be di watem sei party am pa chop pe mabunu no mugu street no street boys no na toto cars ne ma omo no mo fa nya adwuma ni di wate woto a eden ya mabunu no be yeye ono mo beba be hye woni munyam na se obeto car ama party na party ma ebe soro di watem de Kennedy mesrew Fako street no so Fako street no so na street faithful street faithful Obeto car ma party na mpanyfo ni nyina sei wo ase wo sika na mpanyfo bu mu tata abronya achi na odi watem abra ye nkora yi krompo ye ndi atem sa na abronya ahye chia na asom sei na wo kasa no wo yi na nipa no odi atem abronya wanya ade abronya me ofa no wanya ade kra mo ofa abronya wanya ade mesero be pa Kennedy achawate be pa Kennedy achaw na Kennedy Agyapong no ye nkasa ntia ne ntena se nche o kasa tia Kennedy anhwa wona wan ntena se anche eno ebe ha adwen because wa wuti bi wonu be bufo wona mana woni abofo oku wona mana abofo omo ye Kennedy Agyapong ye daase Kennedy Agyapong ye daase omo koka de Lebanon ene Ghana fo omo ti Lebanon pa mo ho chi omo ti Dubai omo ho chi omo ni kama fo bia ambassador fo ne kra de me si omo nyi omo mfiri omo kwa omo nye hwe omusi wunya problem na akoka che Ghana ambassador de na chese wasem no wasem chese omo kotena ho amo pa adwuma omo ye omo mfa ho hwe so hu enti misiramu ne ekoso ne de ne ekoso bibi oman Ghana pa ya nya obi ti se Kennedy ne ya mana amaje oman we amfansi ho na ye adwin se menkwa me yedie menya contract meni mabusuafo be che contract nafa ye magine ntoto Ghana nsase ye nye Ghana nsase mfa me pa acho asase no besi dan no be ye bibia wo man ntimi nhwe so because ebe kakra no se amanfo afom adwin a oto asase a no mo de drone nam so no mo twa no mo de betu social media chama untumi asase ni fia wasi na obi etwa ne video de abetu social media enti wa adwin ne se obi anya hu obi ehu ebe kakra mabu number no omo sore se omo sore tie mpanfo a panyi bia wodi ombia ebe sore tie enti eduru sa amere abojapade na ewa hi ajapade na wo ye se wo preserve ne ewa hi yenhwe kwan ya faso duedue ndua ye dua amango no ne yapi bia ye wo ndua wo ho ye omfidi wo ha ye ditutum ye omfidi wo ha ye didom chese o awurade nyankopo kwasi buru ni kra nti onyanim de wo hi ni o Broni wonya nimde dabio yempanfo koko hu sa anoma wanyina so muntimi nye because okoje bosia ne aka chese wo bosia na akoje hwe no nko bienbie ndwuma ene Ibrahim Traore ni krom ye ka omo akwan omo na eye Ghana ni omo ye kwan a no omo asia sese cement na ton ye kwan 3 days na kwan na tutu Kennedy Agyapong kwa Japan ni so na Rollins te ho na mo ye kwan na kwan ya Rollins ye bia ma akoma na tutu mu de mo nhwe because as you just phone monitor obey na akofa cement ene ye wia saa ma concrete ne kra ye mixing wa adwumum na ka bia so ade akọ side na ka na de akọ na ono no mpese obekọ dodo no ebe na concrete kra kwa ade ni mu ye gata kiti Ghana for yitimo den Ghana for yitimo den dodo ya ma contract na wa ye gota say you gota ye gota say you na mpanfo to wo hwe because panyi bia gene de enti wantete so a sika no nso ma ne nye enkrompo no mu wie krompo mo nsan nye akwan hodo dodo se na edi ma chama untumi akwan hodo dodo se na edi ma kufjo ohun se president beba pe no mu de car kosisu no ma twisu rai last me ka se me call emem go so to tapa to go so na de we akwan na tutu na mo se na na do call visiting wo me se me ka bibia se less than 1 week I think say 4 days kra no mu de atwa kwan so nyina akwa kosi go so bibia kwan na se nyina ntina na do koduro na adwen se o mo ye kwan no efiri obeduru nne se ne no magudi a me ko ho ache me ba cho wo go so aka twa kire me efiri go so wo fa ho aba bi si tepa no o ma ye kwan na wi ana o magusu ko ta bɔne wɔ yɛ nipa tirim bɔne wɔ Ghana fo tirim yɛhia obi a ɔnni bɔne na watumi abɛkyekye saa nkurɔfo wɔ agum enti ɔmu suro sɛ Kennedy Agyapong ba bɛkyɛ ɔmu ti both NDC ne MPP nyina mpɛ sɛ Kennedy bɛba na mo Ghana fo yɛhu wɔ yi mo pa mo nkɔ soro mra fam yɛdi Kennedy Agyapong bɛba sɛ Kennedy ehwehwɛ peteta kra mu because of information no hu sɛ MPP for chinchin ɔmo mfa ne ma me pa kyɛ ɔte ho MPP na egu a engu na enye ti sɛ CPP wote ho so de an egu so de begu because Kennedy te no ho so de agu de MPP begu ai because e say Alan kra de osono na aso ekɔ enti Kennedy Agyapong na wɔyɛ osono no osono no abasa ba akono de efiri wa na kyɛ sɛ osono no tonko de na kyɛ sɛ osono ntimi osono so de ontimi ntongu so duwa na obeden obewu yenya call back wa yenhwe na se ebetimi apekina amhwe se ebetimi apekini hello yeah boss good evening bibi abakodi all right anyimre Kennedy Agyapong ho asem na ka me pa cho Kennedy testimony be na wo okay
can I say free movement to the women? Cars are after my party. Cars are after the I said it's about 24 or to pick up back about the 25 and my party no. May you do it beginning. I'm here. Beginning. You know to now only yeah. So yeah, change. And the catcher. Now, I don't
okay.
Why you are the man? Then you can get a 7 meeting at the door. You might be a good deal. Then you can probably. And I'm not all blue. A great addition. What's it? You could be a Ufi one of the biggest I can say Bohonoma, me, my first and me dear.
Is it MPP for someone penny to crump a coin gunu? Send a man from mobile chamber. No,
I didn't know the business. I won't read the beginning. I'm not going to no, you know, yeah. It ain't other person. And then you should completely do go. A confusion one happy to say.
That is a quan of Munya, what did that and another, my boy?
Oh, my father, no way. Because you go back, so I garnish. It is the dear you.
I see.
Then I everything you have everything you have
all right, Chairman. Yet as he said, Oba, so now we wish you happy Mother's Day and send our corner will be some recipe.
The can say our food na coupon show mo. No, na what time be in process akwa enugu na so a dey yenka na eteta. But near my area to mo kan say na they will be amonye ama man so don't matter.
All right. Chama, yeah, that's all free. Okay, in the Saforo for Ken, and I also saw Saforo na a friend. Enti yenya Saforo and a friend. Now my main friend, Princess, and I'm wishing happy Mother's Day. Hello, Princess. Good evening.
Yes, I see.
And that is saying. I need you my life into personal and come be a bit in a chinamum. You say I wish you happy potential Mother's Day.
patch when someone like by me. One of the things I have made me be on YouTube.
I say then. It has been crashed. Okay, now what me we na ma sort am why? Me wa life nti ma me na me sorting it out ma. Send me link no. Why? All right, thank you very much. Ati for be anything adwuma ni bia no wo ho a na obi afro no the problem abana che say wa kwa sort e dia amount no. Nti ne adwuma no ehu bi no enti mo fa nche me why mo fa nche me se me de e call foforo ba be frem obi account na epese hack no nti enche bia me de dwumadi no ebesi naja me akwa sort eno so out because eja technical work no behind the scene o se oye ni nyina bi e ka ho enti princess mo akomanto yam DJ ak me wi a I will sort out and solve your issue for you sisi ani de onabo kan Japan ho edonti mayimfa ye dwumadi no embra bi sisi yes enti na se na me ka no na saa na yeden etie enti mu nyina mo mayen subscribe to channel no nyame adoma ochina mesia abo wakom se na me ka na man kan wi misrew campaign no anka yan start na big house and kudos to abronye me maka cho se Kennedy akompro kwa Japan the moment abeta chi ni say Kim adeboni apesa ode brene no na ayeda ade papa sese ye di ko gina abato be gina prr se nko bom nto aba Kennedy Japan be we ne baomia because the whole thing is say Kennedy call for unity baomia entimi call in Crawford to order enti say ye bie studio foforo e di ama abronye se na be obetumi abi di Kennedy atem no abre Kennedy ase se na be ya o candidate bi be den e be we ne Ghana for ye to ye hwe ye tie bi ye nyina ye hu bi ntini ekosu bia no ye de ye hwe bebia Dr. Mahmoud Baumia obi a nyame nka no no ngene nkwa omana hoden se ne be ya obetumi atena because 2028 after say MPP awe ni aba ne hia no modern money nim de Baumia chitafo nyina ye hia mo ntena se na mwatumi akoto aba no because Kennedy we ne Baumia we ne kura ontumi nya den enwe ne so ate ase Baumia so de o we ne na se Kennedy anwe ne Baumia de obelusu enti mu de mu nyina mo ya awe so ate ase enti we ne enye new thing bia no enti mesra mo ani die mu se na me kan no menye emergency call enti medi mu besi a momfa ncheme se medi mu sia because also I need to attend to other things too na ye solve issue bi ewo let can be can okay onyame adom ochina ye beba topic ebe use no I say let can be can Kennedy Japan enye Kennedy Japan na mo amwa ni part 42 misra mo subscribe na menko wo subscribe ama me hu ho na subscribe fansa bo subscribe atum na subscribe na enko misra wa subscribe so we be frɛ so on frɛ si ana ja me ende na nyame adoma misra mo ade ba ko ne sɛ ye zoom interview enti sɛ wo wa hana sɛ opesa woni edi nkomo wo information bi di manya wo frɛ me backdoor number ne gusu no ye ne wo be schedule na ya ba zoom no so na wonya abotani ama mre opesa wo ma ye ma do whole day kora de be ma wo Kennedy hu donti me pa che sɛ wo ba omia so na sɛ wo asɛm bi kan me pa che nsuro bra beka na ebetie ye de beto amamfoti on say ye ndi atem ye de platform ye ndi atem sɛ onim sɛ obedi atem amfrɛ na afrɛ di jai obi anim sɛ di jai de ofrɛ na odi atem kro on pekew enti ni wo mu no misra mo aha TikTok so ye ko TikTok ye ho no obi wo ho asɛbe sɛ butimi kan asɛma no ko overboard enti na ya na ye suane so ansa na de aba Rejoice Media TV so no ho no ye Manshare GTV wo kan asɛm na ye suane so ansa na de aba ye page enti ni ye bɛkɔ so TikTok ni bia wo ba ha ubenya na waye den watie ho so betimi akwa following se ne be ya ye wonsema abeka no wonsema abeka na eto asomo bia de beba na ne sebe over the bar na de anidim ye be ma na over the bar na akoda ba bia eda aha ye ba kɔ na kora yentu ntimi se subscribe na share ochina me ba na wo hu wo mboa de boa fabra wo pese wo support yen bra wo du nimdie e be boa ye na obetimi aba na woni ye bedinko na mom bibia ne afa number na egusunu no obetimi afrɛ no wanyan number ni 0240778682 and 0542914775 call me social media ambassador. This place is Rejoice Media TV. Go to Facebook everywhere, Rejoice Media TV, and then Rejoice FM. Na mo pen sempa papa tie dia mo ko Rejoice FM. Minu ma mo wa hafo ne mbi makrodi nya mo ko follow on Rejoice FM Facebook no so. Ne ye be ko so abia no ye de koto na mo nya nsem papa ye den atie because minu akaba ene ne crew ebo adwuma den wo ho ohema wati ase aha ene se man friend wo shi happy Mother's Day ntimi ni se aba no wo ho nso so de ye be ka no nchen ntimi sro ema na mo ye adwuma Rejoice FM nyina me mam happy potential Mother's Day wati ase me mam happy Mother's Day mo awo no mo amonyango nyina happy Mother's Day me mam nyina happy Mother's Day ene ye ma me ba akopɛ Rejoice for nyina ma me ya ma happy Mother's Day. My invite baby I will be a happy Mother's Day to you. Na Nyankopon kan ho na mo ahoden. O se DJ ko the program there am ani je ho pa. O ye interview kura o hwe ni pa nanim kura na wayi wani. O asem na wo kan na ni o ye na no focus ma sa na ti o be ni den. Nyame hira so wo hwe na so following. Aha your boss o adan Kennedy Japan ti your boss me wo hwe ni happy Mother's Day onya oba na mum o se oba tan. Nti happy Mother's Day to my boss Mr. Rikus. And we be a wo hwe me Nyame hira na na hema any Kennedy akomproko Japan ho kani ene ne mani nyina Nyankopon inhira mu nyina princess also Nyame hira na onka ho enti o problem ne misra e be services here why me ma me ba akọ e wo techiman ma Beatrice na hema ba akọ pe na hema piao happy Mother's Day to you ena Medina Owusu happy Mother's Day to you. I say no baumia no vote. That's great. You hear baumia pa because digitization also solve it on yedin. Am I enti Kennedy for the you hear baumia papa anti seremo. You hear baumia enti momo baumia ho my na monye ni campaign na momo mo bia say anything seremo. Because digitization also be boa my Ghana na my Ghana konenim. What you say na mum power ne the Kennedy de beba. By now MPP should reason to know that Ghanaians want king. So they should advise themselves if they want power. And tina meka say Dr. Mamu Bamia or ya wenti. Ye be man position aso. Ye be create a whole ministry dia mano. Nyinim die nyina on fanya adwuma. Na mum Kennedy de be ba beje power no. E dia man PP for nti mon kama adwen mo akoma ntom yem na bibia be den. E be fine. Mr. Monso strive na ochina de e be bomfrete ochina no ye gigim wa de ase china de be ye ni gigim ti moma ende wa ha Nyame hira mo don ka mo mini abe ma Erica Moa Inspiration TV Mr. Munko subscribe to the TV channel no mama why Munko subscribe ye me ma me ababu nsu awrade Nyankopon mama ntimi amfero me ma me ababu nsu so ma me friend 1 minute na me wish na happy Mother's Day aka metam no so aso ehu aka metam na aso so we ni den oyeko odi me da Nyankopon asese me ma me oyeko ma me amabonsu bebi a obi a Nyankopon hira ma amabonsu bebi a obi a Nyankopon hira na onka ho na onhya odi happy special Mother's Day to you me yesa me fra mo aba life no so na so enya special problem bi enya problem wo se me kokko sort out ntimi sereo wo ye fa chem nya me admo tina me bidura me fro na waba so na wo se ye kasa wa ha nti won di me ama ha kra me ma waba TikTok no so me sereo nya me hira bye bye. All right, thank you very much for watching me. Yeah, me pese mon to abama Kennedy famra no. Eni tina ma me di video yi e de to ho e de maamo na mo hwe no. Enti obia nko on following no subscribe no share no fama me. Ya me nhira mo no nka mo makram. Bye bye.